Hey, everybody, welcome. We are in episode 25. Welcome back. Just a reminder, just to get started, before we get started too much, that we are off next week for the holiday week. So enjoy your holidays, everybody. And then we'll be back at the first of the year. And I think we are going to be missing Cameron for that game. So Cameron, we are most likely going to earn a lot of experience.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
So many.
We'll get his too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Actually, yeah, we will.
Yeah. Cameron will give it to you like it's a holiday gift.
Oh,
Well,
I guess truth be told, we're all a little off every week.
Yeah. Well, Cameron's the XP that keeps on giving. So, all right, cool. All right, so let's just cover previously real quick. Mostly for Graham's sake, so he is aware of what's going on. Although he did say he watched the video from last week, which is basically, the reason why he did this whole thing is just because we have bad memories because we're old. So we put the video out there so we can actually watch it. We know
that's right. What's your name again?
What's my name again?
Who are you talking to?
I don't know.
All right, we need like labels under. Hell,
we do.
We do have labels, and sweet. Okay, all right. So previously. Let's start with that. The party parted ways with Sister Gariel and south of Neverwinter, and you turned east to Helm's Hold. After a night of frolicking and shopping, you took residence at the Dirty Dwarf. Wraith decided to do her own thing yet again.
Wrath.
That's
Phrasing.
Wrath. That's what Wrath. I wrote Wrath down here, but I said Wraith. I'm looking at you. You'll always be Wraith to me, dear. All right. So Wrath decided to do her own thing yet again, taking some money from the group's coffer and heading out into the night.
Stealing.
Yeah. You met that cat that had been following you, if you remember that, for days just outside the inn and lifted it to your shoulder. After completing your late night shopping, you returned to the inn and the room with the cat. That should have been kind of the it for the night, except the cat then suddenly jumped down and started coughing and hurling and decided to start speaking in a common tongue to you. You knew immediately it was a spell effect. So yeah, the message named the cat is Scoot. So now the cat has a name, and asked Finnis for aid. Finnis and the rest of the party ran out of the room, leaving Flander behind, snoozing.
Slightly drunk. Well, no, I mean all of us were slightly drunk.
Yeah, but Flander must have been really drunk.
Yes.
Passed out.
Yeah, I played many bars with I like to pay you in beer. That was Flander. You were getting paid in beer, but you were going to aid one Hilligan Reyes, Doom Guide of Port Last. The party followed Scoot to Scar Alley, this kind of subsection of Helm's Hold that was kind of walled away. And there, once you passed in the Scar Alley, you immediately found one of the fallen foes. You dealt with the fallen foe, and some creature that was sort of kind of eating the foe. You found some stuff off of them, and then yep. That was literally really weird. Then the cat led the party through a bakery, down a set of hidden stairs, and ended in an old room with a magic portal emanating magical energy. Portal was actively being corrupted by some demon. Yeah, you didn't know much about it. It never said its word. It just spouted at you. Looked like it was using this necrotic energy from the portal to build and create these skeletal creatures. You don't know what its task was. It never told you. It didn't monologue. What kind of enemy doesn't monologue?
Dangerous 9.
Yeah.
All it said was more.
Yeah. Seriously underdeveloped NPC. That's all I gotta say.
It cast a big AoE at us, right?
It did. The two fallen victims rose up, glowing skeletons, that immediately attacked the party. It had area effect damage. It was sapping. It was looking at you with its hollowed eyes, and you would see it.
Yeah, I was just going to add, it started frolicking in the water too.
Yeah, well, it did that.
Eyes and everything.
When I got injured, yeah. After a heated combat, you defeated this creature, and the portal closed. You suspected that the portal had been corrupted originally by the spell plague years ago, and that this demon was attempting to use the power to create those skeletal minions. Now, after you defeated it, everything went dark, and you simply returned back to your room for the night. So that's where we're going to start. It was mostly just kind of this weird side quest thing that happened, and you're not sure what the deal was, but it definitely was something that you dealt with.
That's right. We do. I mean, our primary quest right now is to meet up with somebody, but I have now forgotten his name.
You're talking about Ride Off the Druid.
Yes.
So what you want
There
to,
we go.
what your plan right now is to meet Ride Off the Druid, who, if you recall, you had sent a message back, and Quellen had said that Ride Off would meet you within 10 days, and it's getting close to that time to where he's supposed to meet you in Thundertree. If you recall, that also several people had told you, including Minsk last episode, that that Thundertree had a green dragon in it, and he also said there were zombies. So that's where you're at.
Everybody got your zombie hunting gear?
I'm hunting zombies. All right. Okay, so given that, you're gonna wake up late the next day, tired. You kind of wake up in a half stupor. Of course, the elves have already rose and have been up for a while, but the rest of you,
I'm perfectly rested.
Yeah, the rest of you have kind of rose. You can see that the sun is burning in bright and well angled to the top of the day, as it's leaking into the small window of the inn of the Dirty Dwarf. What are you all going to do now that next day? Graham, and I need you to mark off 500 gold pieces off of the coffer.
Yes, somebody stole them over the night.
Ooh,
Does
that's not cricket.
Also, does he find anything else?
Well, nothing's happened yet. We don't know. So you wake up the next day. Graham, Flander wakes up, and you can see that everybody's kind of had some nursing some new wounds, or kind of some old bruises that they've been dealing with. You're not sure what happened. What are you guys going to do?
No, that's just a party.
Can still smell that weird magic stuff. Ugh.
God, yes, that was just awful.
Yeah, bad magic is like bad marijuana. Just
Skunk weed.
I tell you, I was in Dallas last week. Every place had bad marijuana smell. I'm like, I can't stand that smell at all. I just can't stand it. And it was even worse in Dallas. Worse there than it was in Oregon. Crazy. Anyway, so what are you guys going to do?
Is the cat speaking again?
Well, you can ask the cat if there's something you may want to speak to it and ask it some questions.
You have more demons to slay, Scoot.
It runs around and kind of jumps up on the bed area, and kind of looks up at you, raises its paw, kind of pawing at you, hopefully probably looking for some food.
As Flander, you seem to be quite tired last night. You didn't wake up when Scoot started talking to us.
The cat started talking?
Yes, it was.
And I missed that?
Yeah.
It was very loud.
Oh man, what a great story that would have made.
I think in the end it wasn't the cat's voice, but some wizard magic guy, some knight or doom guard or whatever.
He's dead now.
Oh yeah, I think he was
Being
dead
one of the
before
other
we got there,
fellows
right?
Kill him for.
In the 20s, it'd be the cat's meow. All right. So what are you guys going to do now? You're kind of sitting in this room.
We must leave.
It seems we need to meet someone pretty urgently.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to continue on to Thundertree. How far is it from Helmshold?
I can let you know. So you're looking at roughly following the river for about 10 miles toward Thundertree. That's what you've discovered just by talking to a few people around town. But nobody goes that way anymore. Helmshold is kind of like the last vestige of the population before they sort of just stop going that way.
Then it's just zombies are here.
Something like that, yeah. Zombies are us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we must go.
I mean, I have this magic sword, but I feel like a lot of the undead could be kind of difficult for me to take on. Is there any like holy water, anything I could like throw these creatures. If we know we're going up against some unholy stuff, is there a cleric in town?
Well, definitely you don't have one in town that knows religion.
Oh, jeez.
Would you like to throw something very quickly at them?
So there is here in Helm's Hold a great citadel dedicated to Helm themselves, but also to many of the good gods. There's also several smaller places where smaller churches you can look for. Is there a specific church that you want to look for?
Oh, if Helm's like a big religion, like a.
Well, Helm was once a great god who had a lot of power. Who was a warrior god, but at one time he was destroyed or killed, and many of his followers kind of separated and lost their powers and had to find other gods to follow. But recently, it is said that Helm has returned,
and this is where he's held.
Yes,
it's in Helm's Hold.
As Helm's Hold. Yes.
Kidding. That was a joke.
The irony is not lost.
So there, I mean, there is, if you ask around, you feel free to ask around to anywhere else if you're looking for something specifically. But there's Helm's Cathedral. There's the Heartward Hall, which is a temple to Soon. You know that. So that's what those are two options that you probably have known about. But there may be others if you're looking specifically for one particular deity or another.
Is there a priest of if there's any elves around? I know there's a lot of humans, but if there's any elves around, I'd ask if there's like a priest of Coralon. He's also a war god, but a god of everything else too for elves. So
not a huge elven presence here in the Helm's Hold. You would think there might be because of the proximity to the forest. But right now, in its current state, Helm's Hold does not have a very big elven presence.
All right. Well, I suppose I'll just go to the most warrior-looking group of Helm worshippers.
All right. Perfect. So you guys are going to get together, and are you guys going to leave the Dirty Dwarf together, or do you, Hemo, want to head off into the day yourself?
I think Hemo would, after a proper hearty breakfast, would say, I think I'm going to go find. I know Finnis can help with the undead, but I feel like I need a little bit of extra help against all this. I just have the one magic sword, of course.
Does it not cut?
Oh, it cuts. I just need a few more tricks up my sleeve for this. You know, sometimes they come back after you cut them down, and after those skeletons kept coming back, I'm wondering if there's a way I can help destroy them for good myself.
This will be interesting. I will come with and watch.
I don't know. Maybe they've got some like holy water bombs or something. Helm's a war god.
Coming with to watch.
Sure. All right. You can certainly head off into you have breakfast, and you open the door and begin your quest into the tight wound busy streets of Helm's Hold. All right. As you open the door, you're going to open the door walking into the street. You can hear a woman's voice just across the street from you. And this voice is talking to people, and you hear her say, "No, it's a cat. It's a black cat with white stripes. They call it Scoot. I'm looking for her. I'm looking for this cat or its owner. Do you know?" And the person, the person that they're talking to looks like to be some commoner that's walking by with a wagon, looks at this woman and shakes her head. Now, this woman is tall. She's almost 6'7". She has short blonde hair, big blue eyes. She's wrapped in a fur cloak so kind of almost hiding most of her features. She wields, as you can see on the side of her hip, a sickle.
Is her name Brianne?
And she has a string of beads and as a necklace. She wears some strange ringmail. It's very light.
So she's armed and armored.
Yeah. So she's looking down, and she turns. Hemo, you open the door and walk out.
shut the door, walk back in and shut the door as quickly as possible.
All right.
And we all run into your back.
Yeah.
What's the holdup, Emo?
All right. You
Someone's looking for that cat. Is Scoot here?
Yeah, you look down and you see the cat just standing there. It had found some food on the ground. It's kind of, you hear it, you see the cat just kind of eating something off the ground. You don't know where it
Finnis grabs at his hammer. Do they mean and Scoot harm?
I don't know. I didn't know anyone else knew this cat.
Perhaps it's its owner.
Yes, we did find it out in the wild by itself. It could have ran away.
Of course, it followed us from Phandelver, so
If you recall,
Yes.
that cat was in the clutches of Harbin, and you had rescued it from Harbin, and you don't know what Harbin was going to do with that cat.
They looked a little bigger than a were-rat. Like way bigger. I don't. I
Is
guess
a
we'll just
person.
just
Let me at them. Come on, let's go kill them.
no, don't go kill them. Just don't let them snatch the cat until we know what they're.
No, if
Do
they're
it.
a were person, we should kill them.
Here, it'll be easier if I just show you when I open the door again.
All right, you open the door. Just as you do that, you see the giant silhouette of this woman who is shading out the sun behind you.
Perfect.
This
Whoa.
woman is standing in the door. She looks like she was about ready to reach the door as you open it up, and she looks up at you a little startled, and she gives a bright smile, and she says, pardon me. And she tries to wait for you to move to the side.
Good morning. And Hemo steps aside.
Oh, whack Hemo. She is not a were person.
What?
Do not look like a were person.
She steps in
To
and
where people is you can't tell.
she steps in and looks around, and she sees the group of you and a few travelers who are also eating breakfast here in the inn, or eating lunch more likely in the inn. And she announces, "Greetings, I am looking for a cat, a black cat with a white cat with some black stripes, some brown." Look, she starts looking around. Let her make a spot roll.
Oh, is this
Rather's like, is it that one?
What are you going to say?
Oh, is this your cat?
She has seen the cat. She looks down. She goes, "Oh, there you are." And she kind of scoots down and she says, "Come here, lovely. Come here." And she holds her hand out to the cat.
Can I
Cat walks over to her.
I got your back, cat.
I guess that
She walks over and she kind of rubs the cat using her couple fingers, and she just kind of plays with the cat a little bit. And she looks up at the group of you, primarily you, Hemo, who she saw in the door as you're standing there with the door open, and she says, "Is this your cat?"
no, it's
Yes.
it's
If anyone
Guess
could lay claim to
adoptively.
it.
It's been traveling with us for sure. Our friend, it took a charm to our friend Finnis here.
If you know
yeah, I
anything
think he's
about
been feeding it
cats-
something.
If you know anything about cats, a cat is no one's, but its own.
This is true.
We may be it's
But it's
Yeah.
right.
At best, it's ride for now.
Yeah.
She stands up, towering over everybody in the immediate room.
even over Gashar. By
Again, she can see she has a sickle at her hip, and she has a string of beads as a necklace and a strange ringmail that looks almost too flimsy to stop any attack. It almost looks decorative. And a pennant of a blue circle crossed by a crescent moon and a lightning bolt right here.
Huh. Would I recognize that symbol from
Why don't you give me
somewhere?
a knowledge history roll?
I don't even remember it.
Oh, that was at advantage. Just a 9.
17.
It's the first roll.
All right, Gashar, with all of your reading and knowledge, you see this thing and you immediately recognize this. You see, this blue signal was a signal of the Blue Signal, which is a mercenary company comprised of ogres and was based in Mog's Keep near Longsaddle that operated throughout the north. And so it's kind of a mercenary group of ogres that's what the symbol is, based on
But
Mog's
she is not
Keep.
an ogre, right?
She doesn't look like one, but she's so tall.
I will tell her that. I said, you do not look like an ogre.
She kind of looks at you strangely, like what? She smiles, and she stands up, and again, she is a towering form.
She's 1 inch taller than Gashar. He'll walk up to her and he'll point at the thing without touching her. He'll point and says, "That you're a mercenary?"
She looks down and she says, "Oh no, this is an emblem from my family. It's from Longsaddle. That's my lineage. I wear it in honor of my father." She says, "So this was your cat. So by chance, were you out in the evening last night?"
He looks around for a second. Yes.
You were?
He says, "Dear sir, were you the one who helped my companion Hilgen?"
Is that the guy that was being eaten?
Being eaten? What do you mean?
We received a distressed call through the cat.
Hemo like removes the cloak from around his shoulders and like presents it. We found this. Was this his? It's that cloak of ports.
Yeah, she walks up and she'll kind of grab it and pull it toward her and look at it. And she says, "No, not Hilgen's, but one of our other fallen companions. So you were there."
Yes.
We found where they fell. Yes. And
did you find the creature?
We killed something down there that was doing something magic.
You defeated it.
Yes.
We wouldn't be here otherwise.
Oh, she kind of looks at she looks relieved.
If those were your friends, they turned into skeletons.
She says, I was held up on my travels. I was late arriving here at Helm's Hold, and by the time I got here, they were gone. I couldn't find them, but a small hint of their remains. Do you happen to have their rings?
What did we find?
We did grab everything, didn't we?
Yeah, we greyhawked them.
Mm-hmm.
She asked if you have. There should be
I
two
did not
rings.
take any rings, so I don't know.
Two Neverwinter rings.
Oh, I think I
So yeah, I thought we grabbed everything and then sort of identified it later when we got back to the room. So it wasn't magic, so we probably didn't sell it or anything.
No, well, you
Not
literally
yet.
have not left the room yet, so. So I'll assume that you have them on your character since you grabbed them.
I think so.
Do you want to produce them?
Preluded.
I do not have any rings. Wrath pulls the. That's what she's storing in her glove now. Is the. So she has a heavy pack.
Yeah.
She pulls this. This is not an amulet, but we found this.
What did you pull out exactly?
The wand of the war mage.
Oh, she says, "Oh, well, if you defeated those creatures, you are welcome to the finds that you have from our companions. I'm more interested in those rings. Those rings are very valuable."
What do they signify?
It is of no concern to you other than the fact that I know that they are valuable, and I would greatly appreciate you returning them to me. More of sentimental than they are of gold.
Gashar raises his eyebrows.
You don't have any
Simple reason
eyebrows.
why we can't give back the rings of fallen friends.
I didn't hear what you said, Zach. Please refer.
It's like, I see no reason we can't give the rings back for her fallen friends.
How did you hear about them, about the cat?
Oh yeah, I wrote that we found bodies with something with Kalimvor and Neverwinter symbols on them, or maybe like a combination symbol. Would those have been the rings?
So you found a necklace of Kalimvor, and then you found two rings that had Neverwinter symbols on them.
Okay, yeah. We found at least one of those.
She says, I received a message late last night. An animal messenger arrived to find me when I was on the road and told me what had transpired, and said I should find someone with some cat named Scoot
That is that.
and some other person, Master Finnis.
That's him.
And it would be me.
He did it.
Was that animal messenger also from Hilgen?
Yes, it was. it was from him or one of his companions. That it didn't say who it was from. It just said it was that I should find Scoot and someone named Finnis.
We just sense motive on her.
Well,
You have
Story.
done what you've set out to do.
Is that insight?
Yeah, give me an insight roll.
14.
You don't think that she's lying. There's no indicator that she's lying at all.
And she was friendly with Scoot. I like her.
She says, Master Finnis, might I introduce myself? I am Angel Longwreath, Bard's Song of Luskin.
Bard
Well,
song.
that's quite a name.
Yeah.
Quite the title.
Wait, well,
Greetings. Is there something I can do for you?
Other than the fact that I was looking for those rings, I was hoping you would have them. And if you would tell me what happened in your adventure last night, I would greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Who has those rings? Let's produce those. There's no reason.
Like I said, that's
The other spoils.
I would have given them. She let me keep the staff or the stick. I will keep the stick.
All right. You can produce them
Yeah,
from
we'll
her.
produce them.
I believe that Hemo said that he had them on his page, but that's fine.
yeah,
You,
I put some of the magic items in my.
sure.
Yeah,
Those
we'll-
two aren't
Might
magical,
not
but
write
you
them down
can
because they
produce
weren't
those
magic.
rings.
Unless anybody opposes, like we'll produce them.
Okay,
Yeah,
so there's
no,
2 rings.
I'll
She
pull them
takes
out.
both those rings from you and she holds them in her hand and she says, "Thank you, dear friends." And then are you going to proceed to tell her what happened?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll
Alright.
sit down and give her the tale.
She sits down with you at the table as you speak with her. And in the end, she stands up and she says, "My friends, thank you so much for telling me the story of what happened to my fallen companions. It will be sad to give the news, but at least their deaths will not go unrevenged. So please make use of their items. I will take these rings back to Luskin."
Do you have any idea what was going on down there? We kind of, I guess, jumped in halfway through whatever that creature was doing. We just put a stop to it. It definitely seemed evil.
Our
Do you have
spies,
any idea what was going on?
our spies within Helm's Hold have discovered this spell plague infected portal, and we raced to close it as quickly as possible. But our first spies entered there and found that demon creature. They immediately sent for aid, and the 4 of us raced to face this creature before it could complete its task. We didn't know what its task was going to be, but we knew that it was corrupting the magic of the spell plague.
It changed colors.
What color was it?
I think it's back for a second.
Purple.
Sort of a
Purple or
glowy
blue?
purple.
Yes.
The dark weave.
The portal returned to a blue color once we killed it.
But then it turned off.
It was mostly it must have been the dark weave. Dark demons. Some sort of creatures serving Shar, most likely. Unsure, but now that it's been closed, we hope that it will not return. I traveled and saw the portal was closed.
You
But
found the bakery?
yes, I knew where I was going, but unfortunately I was just late getting there to help my friends.
Hmm.
I wish that perhaps if I would have been there, things would have worked out differently. She looks down, lamenting. She says, "Well, for your returning these rings, all I have is this." And she reaches into her pack and she pulls out a small vial and she'll hand it to you, Hemo.
Oh,
She says, "This potion will help with your journeys. It is a potion that will resist different types of energy attacks to you. It is a potion of resistance."
Very nice.
well, thank you.
Basically absorb elements.
Yeah, it gives you resistance to one element, I believe,
like a minute?
for 1 minute. Please confirm. You can actually just look up potion of resistance, it'll tell you.
Hemo's going to give that potion to Eckankar.
Oh,
I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Maybe this will help you better.
thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
Perfect. All right. She says, well, if you ever get the Luskin, please look me up. I would be happy to help show you around the town. The long races are well known within Luskin.
Yes, and out in Triboar too, I've heard.
Yes, years ago, my family did come from Longsaddle, but it has been some time. Triboar or Longsaddle is a small town north of Triboar.
Interesting.
name again?
Well, it's
Angel Longwreath.
Long wreath.
Yeah.
I thought it was Lust Wreath. Ah, my bad.
Do you have a journal?
A journal? What do you mean?
What was the journal we just got?
that was a
Long Wreath.
just a magic book we found. I don't think it's
We
related.
found-
Can't be. A lot of long wreaths around, right?
You don't want
Haha.
to
I have relatives down in near Phandelver.
Well,
No, it was
my
northeast
history,
of there.
my history says I come from Longsaddle. That's as far as my grandfather had
We
told me.
ran into somebody named, well, the remains of somebody named Longwreath outside of Phandelver.
South of
You
here?
should look up, if you go to Neverwinter, look up Gariel
Gariel
of Timora.
Timora. Should look into her name. Is she at the
She-
temple there?
Sense motive
I
again.
have no idea.
What do you want to do? Know about?
Sense motive on that again.
Go ahead, give me a insight roll.
8.
All right.
She
You
is one of-
believe that she said exactly what she said.
Yeah, I know.
She is one of those meddlers.
Those what?
Meddlers, you know,
Meddlers.
they meddle in things they might not have to meddle in, but they do anyway.
Okay. Well, I'll look
They
up
play a
this.
musical instrument, you know.
I'm gonna do an innuendo check.
the
She looks
Italian
at you.
suppository,
What's that?
The Italian suppository.
Yeah. She's going to look at you, and you don't think that she quite understands what you're getting at.
Oh, by this. She's a harper.
Oh, Harper. And she knows of a Longwreath from my family's history.
I don't know if it's your family. It's just we found a journal and it was cursed.
This is interesting to me, but and she reaches into her pack and she pulls out what looks to be a leather bound journal of all things. She opens it up.
Is it the one?
No, it's
No,
not.
I was like,
But it's
shit.
just a
No, no,
leather
no,
bound
no, no.
journal. Get her.
Now we're
Opens
going
it
to have
up.
to fight.
Yeah, get her. That was your plan, Ray. All right. She opens the and then pulls out a little quill. She dips it in. She begins writing, Sister Gariel. She begins taking notes to what you had been talking about and where to find her in Neverwinter. And she nods. and
Perhaps, leave out the harper thing.
you see her. She goes, just crosses it out.
So she's very literal. Okay.
She nods and she says, "Well,
As we are now friends, Sister Gariel is a very close friend. So that means you are now friends.
all right. I don't think that's how that works, but I will keep that in mind, my friend. I don't even know your name.
I am Gashar O. Friends of Sister Gariel.
Well met, my friend. Nice to meet you, and I appreciate all you've done for Luskin and for our group."
Now he's just staring at her like awkwardly.
Well, I'm sure we both need to be on our own ways. We have a long journey in front of us.
Yes, of course. I must make my way back as well, but I think I have a stop to make in Neverwinter. She closes the book. She puts it into her satchel, more or less.
Oh, I can't remember the first name of the Longwreath who wrote that cursed journal. I know we were told which one.
Raiden, I believe.
Raiden?
Yes.
Raiden Longwreath? Is that? I guess Yumo's been racking his brain in the back Was it a
You're not so
Raiden?
rested after all. You're like bleary.
Yeah, no. Was it a Raiden Longwreath? Is that one of your? Are you related to them?
She'll say, I don't know a Raiden Longwreath, but perhaps that is something I need to ask my grandfather about. He's venerable for sure, but he has his wits about him. He's in Luskin.
All right.
What is his name?
My grandfather, Rexel.
Same sort of name, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's ancient family history.
Maybe she seems to be like, you see ideas just spinning through her head. She says, so you're here and she looks around in the inn. You must not be a resident of Helm's Hold then.
No, that idea.
She kind of smiles at you.
No, we are from Neverwinter as well. Via Phandelver and Connieberry.
Are we really from anywhere?
And are traveling to the northeast.
Well, perhaps I will meet you again in Neverwinter, or if you should get to north, then come to Luskin and I shall.
To the north. Luskin is in the north.
Not Luskin is far to the north. It is the gateway to the north.
Well, if I'm there, I'll look you up. Suppose I have to head that way if I'm to head to my home.
You weren't coming from the east recently, were you?
No, I came from Port Last,
Okay.
which is north of Neverwinter. But Luskin is known as the city of sails. It's fantastic. It's a port city, mouth of the River Mere on the Sword Coast. It's considered by many to be a civilization's farthest reach to the north. I know there's 10 towns, but really,
Well,
can you call that a civilization? She kind of smiles.
well, they would.
Wait, Wrath pretends she knows what she's talking about.
She says, all right, well, in any means, I will make my way. Feel free to find your way. If you find your way to Luskin, we will hopefully see you there. If you were ever looking for us, you can find me by going to the Red Dragon Trading Post. My family does work there, owns part of it.
Do you have a red dragon?
I wish I did.
We have seen a white one, and I believe we will see a green one.
No, nowhere around here. No, there's no. It's not super dangerous out there right now.
We saw a white dragon
It's always dangerous.
He just looks at him like,
less than a week
"What?"
ago.
Well, down south, there's no need to go starting a dragon panic over nothing.
In
No,
Luskin, there was many sightings of white dragons to the north, past the mountains, in a land they call Icewind Dale.
That's where a nice dragon would come from, I suppose.
Yes, they don't come as far south; they stay there mostly.
I promise you, it was this far south.
yes, it flew
Was-
over our head.
Farther south. than
Farther
here,
south than
even.
here.
What is a day or two of travel on foot? It's not that far.
I suppose as the dragon flies, it's not too much further.
This is
Well,
interesting.
I suppose, yeah, then maybe you should keep an eye on the skies.
I will do that, but I will.
And this one, she points at Eckankar. He's looking for this dragon as well.
Dragon hunter, are you?
Well, only recently I was sent here to find it and hopefully get rid of it.
Yes, that is a
Red
noble
dragon.
task. A noble task for sure. Very well. Then I shall see you, and may the oceans always send the winds to your back. She nods.
If that's a good thing, okay, great.
I
Nice
hope
to
it's
meet you.
not cold.
She is going to make her way out of the inn, leaving you silently to your own tasks.
Char waves.
She'll look back and give you a little smile. She seems very pleasant.
Okay,
And
let's
Flander
go.
kind of breathes a sigh of relief.
What?
It's all this talk of the north, Luskin is kind of one of those areas. It's fairly close to. We have had some people from Luskin come and train with my father. Not very many. It's still pretty far away, but it's nice to be in an area where people haven't heard of House O'Donnell.
Well, it's not like you're hiding your name, so I don't know why you're even concerned. You're trying to make a name for yourself. You'll be recognized. Embrace it.
Oh, I have nothing. I'm sort of keeping the name in defiance of my father as much as anything else.
Very good.
All right. Want a different last name then?
No, it's the same last name, but he doesn't approve of what I do.
Hi, I'm Flander Johnson. This is
emphasis on the Johnson.
Wrath Smith over here. Okay.
Let's go east.
All right. Are you
I'm
guys
all over that.
All right. You gather yourselves up, all the different things you need for travel. You've had your breakfast. You've met with this strange angel, Longwreath, and returned the rings, and now you're heading off out of Helm's Hold.
Perhaps you wanted to stop at the temple on the way?
Yeah, was I able to find anybody who might have some holy armaments for a fighter who doesn't have any radiant damage?
Call out the holy hand grenade.
Yeah, something like that.
The number of the counting.
Brother Maynard.
All right. You head out of asking people just for locations, and they send you to the city's central marketplace. There in the center of the marketplace, you find a place called Heartward. The Heartward is a central plaza. Central plaza of Helm's Hold, as well as the city's open marketplace. It's infamous for being both having illicit goods as well as many new and goods that you can buy as new. So here you walk into a madhouse of tents. Many tents all come together with narrow passages. From the outside, it looks as if people are going in all directions. Each tent is maybe 5 feet, maybe 10 feet, 10 by 10 with closed on 2 or 3 sides. And you can see people running amok back and forth, talking loud to each other, yelling. As you turn the corner, it seems like utter chaos from the outside.
International Market Square in Honolulu.
Or it's like getting lost in a really dense art fair or something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this or some strange Renaissance festival.
Or if you go to the State Fair, the International Market Square.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like this. So you walk around there and you're going to see this field of tents, and they tell you you're asking for this, and many people send you there to this place called Heartward. What are you going to do? I mean, you're kind of standing from the outside. You see this rows and rows of tents leading off into this giant square. Now the square is maybe several hundred yards by several hundred yards open, where there's no fixed buildings. It's probably long ago some type of central square or meeting square for business, or maybe the church used it. But right now it's just all these tents and these people are talking. Anybody else going to do anything before they walk into this
this haven for pickpockets? Yes. And Wrath will walk over to Flander and say, you might want to take care of that, pointing to the money, and then the item that's also in there with the money now.
You got to look inside your pack, Graham.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, you open up the pack to see what the heck is Wrath talking about. Inside you find a black as night hand crossbow.
Oh, very nice.
Now this thing is
where did that come from?
It's like a glossy lacquered wood with it's all black and a perfectly balanced handle. You've seen this before. You've seen this before. This was at the dwarven shop that you went to the night before.
How did you get this?
So I'm wondering that myself.
Use it well. Don't miss. There's only 20 bolts. And she'll walk away.
Thank you, Wrath. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Well, you don't have to thank me. There, it did cost us 500 gold. Yes, she says.
Oh,
For the
He's
record, you
asking.
also cast you traded the staff
And
for
my
it too.
staff.
Yeah,
oh.
the goblin.
You
staff.
have a nicer staff now.
See, Wraith is more of a glass staff is half full kind of girl. Okay, given that, why are you going to go into this nest of chaos?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for someone who looks like they're affiliated with Helm, and
They're hawking.
maybe
All right, go ahead and
If you get
get.
lost, if you
give
get
me
lost,
a
look for my light, and
give me a
he'll
perception
kick
roll.
he'll do the moonlight spell on it.
It starts up as you walk in. Each of these tents within are glowing of various color, some magical and some non-magical lights. They're packed with people, and people are chitter chattering in many different languages, not just common. So you hear some goblin, you hear some orc tongues, things like that. They're talking to each other. What'd you get for your search?
just to 5.
All right. You start looking, you
we should
wander
double.
into the fray, but you are overwhelmed by the sheer number of options and people running around. And you look, as you look, you'll see somebody selling cloths, or people selling just art objects, and a whole bunch of jewelry in one place, and another place having just a bunch of pens, and in those pens are a bunch of chickens. All these different crazy things that are happening in this market square. Meanwhile, Finnis taps you on the shoulder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask Finnis to look for a second.
Finnis taps you on the shoulder and points over to the side, where you can see a small setup where Soon, the priestess of Soon, have some type of shop here.
Soon's not affiliated with Shar, right?
No, Soon you'll know because Gashar is actually wearing her robes right now. Is the
Goddess of
redheaded
love and
goddess
beauty.
of beauty.
See it? Very
Ooh.
beautiful. Look.
I go over there.
Look at them.
You'll see Kashar walking with this lovely lace gown on. Looks fantastic. And on the back of
Does
him is this
that help him?
redheaded, draped, beautiful woman. Now,
Does-
when he casts his spell, when he casts his mage armor, briefly her hair lights up.
Whoa.
So Wrath will kind of separate and kind of hide in the crowd and just keep an eye. I have a 23 for my stealth. Just keeping an eye out on the group from
And I'm maintaining
Shadows.
my light
From a
spell
safe distance.
on this moon staff. So we're getting moonlight as a
All right.
focal point.
So are you going to stand next to Wrath with your moonlight staff?
No,
if he can see me.
I'm just staying with as many of the party as I can.
Sure.
To try to like be a, don't get lost.
All right.
Back here.
You bump and
Okay, people, let's meet at the
Yeah,
rock.
yeah.
At
That's what Gashar's doing next.
you bump and maneuver your way through the crowd, turning your shoulders in different directions just to get through the pressing people as they'll bump into you, and they look, and sometimes they'll say apologize, and sometimes they look at you with a grunt. You're moving around. You try to keep your hands loosely on any bags or things you have just to make sure they stay in your possession. And you move through the crowd. You emerge at this small stand. It's no greater than 10 by 10. There you see some priestesses standing there. 2 women. They wear them the necklaces of Soon. They're wearing all white. And when you approach, they see you with the light and they smile at you and they go, "Good sir, would you be a servant of beauty?"
I like beauty.
Well, that's
Are you servants of beauty? Oh, you are followers of Sun. Indirectly, yes.
yes, we are followers of the Lady of Fair Hair, of course.
He turns around and shows you. He's like, check this out.
Yes, that's just beautiful quality.
He'll no, he won't do that. He won't use
One
it.
turns around and reaches out almost to touch it and says, "May I, sir?"
Yes.
She rubs her fingers over the raised kind of the outline on it. It's like embroidery over the top. It's kind of has a pattern to it. You can feel the texture. She rubs her fingers over it. She goes, "This is exquisite. How long have you owned this?"
He thinks back for a second. It's like a couple of days.
She smiles and she says, would you be interested in parting with it?
No.
She says, perhaps we can make a trade.
Actually, we were just looking to purchase something. If you have any way to deal with undead creatures, we're actually going to Thundertree, and we need.
Oh, I
It's
hear
very
that's a dread
dangerous.
place. There's rumors of zombies there.
I will
Yes,
use those to
yeah,
defend myself.
horrible, ugly creatures. We were wondering if you had any holy water or any holy artifacts that could help us destroy the undead.
Gashar, give me a diplomacy roll.
This guy?
Yeah, Gashar, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Give me a see if you can be diplomatic in the face of these.
Persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
Natural 20.
Holy shit.
Wow, they like Gashar. That's
She smiles at she
Maybe we
smiles
could
at
use
you.
our beauty to
Her-
defeat the ugly zombies.
her smile wide. She says, the whimsical princess of passion understands your needs. Allow me to present you with a few small little potions that might be able to help you. She reaches within a small stand. She opens up this little wooden chest. She pulls out 3 little vials. She says, these have been blessed within the Church of Soon. They will help you, but I will give them to you at a grand price of only 25 gold pieces each.
Bishar looks over them. That is lovely.
Gashar, do you have 2 gold?
No. Flander, do you have party gold? Please pay them.
I do. Are you sure you would charge 25 for even such great appreciators of beauty as ourselves?
I'm giving it to you for the price that it costs us to craft them. We would not charge you, but we are just simply passing along the cost of making them to such grace.
It is
The
a good
good
price.
sir,
Mhm.
this fair follower of Soon, your beauty is beyond reproach.
Does like a little curtsy.
Uh,
It's awkward.
Is
She's
beautiful
talking to you, and
dragonborn?
her hand kind of reaches over and just like touches the fabric of this cloak that you're wearing.
The letter.
This little
Just like he
dress.
leans in a little bit.
Yeah, it's made of silk. It's barely, you can almost like the wind itself is almost too heavy for the cloth. The cloth is just, it almost floats in the breeze.
Ah, beautiful.
Wrath comes out of hiding because she's laughing.
You're laughing. Yeah, you can't even stop yourself from laughing.
Like rolls out from under her thing. Just like, oh my god.
And
This sounds a
23
very good
each?
deal.
25, yeah.
25
they-
each?
Yeah. So
Good.
what
And
she
how
will
much-
sell
give
you
me
is she will sell you holy water and
Mm-hmm.
the holy, and I'll just give you some technical stuff. As an action, you can splash the contents of this flask into a creature within 5 feet of you, or throw it up to 20 feet. Shattered and impact. In either case, you make a range attack or against the target creature, treating the holy water as an improvised weapon. If the target is a fiend or undead, it takes 2d6 radiant damage.
Nice.
Okay, and how many did we get?
Well,
Could
she
I
has
just borrow
3 of them
a
there.
couple of gold from the party gold, and I'll just buy one of them? I've got almost enough here.
Okay, so we've got 3, you said?
They've
Yes.
got 3 in the box.
Okay, so we'll take 2, so that's 50 gold.
Okay.
Okay,
She says,
Oh, from
"Bless
the
you all."
party coffers.
Yes.
All right. I
And-
closed my wallet.
Wrath looks at Finnis and kind of slaps him on the shoulder. Can't you do this?
It's actually
That exactly. Listen, all clericing isn't the same. Do you understand?
well, enough. I can do this, but it would cost 25 gold pieces either way. So
Perhaps you can buy the silver we have. Oh fuck, man. So
You never did grab any of that silver. It's all sitting back in Phandelver.
yeah, well, Wrath doesn't know what goes into it. She's just like, can't you make this stuff? Why are we asking someone else if you have 2 sources of this
But
stuff?
they're very good at it. They know what they do every day.
We're on a time schedule. We can't be sitting around waiting for rituals.
It takes an hour.
Oh, I don't know.
I do not think you want anything blessed by me.
Well, then don't complain.
It wouldn't be
Did a fine
water.
job. Look, it is beautiful. He's leaning into this for sure.
As you guys are talking, literally you're kind of getting bumped around as people walk past you. You're in this tight little area. The two priestesses are silently waiting for you to make your decision of your.
Okay, I will take the gold and I will take her hand. I will
Yes.
put the gold in her hand, and I will say that we will take that from one great appreciator of beauty to another, and kiss her hand. And
All right. She smiles and bows low to you. Thank you, good sir. Thank you. And she'll take the money. You give her 50 gold?
Yep.
Okay,
Can I take
she'll
the
give you
potions?
2 vials.
she'll give 2 vials. Did you want to buy the other one?
I only
Finnis?
have
Or Hemo, rather?
I only have 23 gold.
No, let him have it. He wanted it.
I just need a couple.
Did you want one
All right.
too, Fender?
I think I should probably keep one handy. And
Well, there you go. 2 people, 2 vials. Go.
All right.
You have the spell catapult.
Oh,
the spell which?
Catapult.
Catapult.
No.
You should get
We have to throw the stuff that hard?
look at the spell.
Wait, what's the name of the spell again?
Catapult.
No,
could-
not that spell. The one that the potions do.
Oh, it's
It's just called
water.
holy water. It's just an item.
It's just holy
Mhm.
water. Okay.
Yeah. It costs 25 gold to make. They obviously sell it for more here at their little stand that they're selling things.
Yeah.
But with
Trying to
such
make money for the church.
but with
I
such
get it.
radiant beauty as the follower Gashar, the great soon could not dare to charge more money than it took to craft such a thing to such greatness.
So I'm
Great
assuming they're
shot.
like super high charisma. Like, are they clerics? Are they?
Yeah,
actual
they're
priests?
priestesses. Now you don't know if they can cast divine spells, but they're not all priestesses are
That's true.
divine casters. But they are priestesses, and they have
They're of the church.
yeah, they're of the church. Yeah, but yes, they look radiant. They look very nice. You may I don't know how if Wrath is jealous by that or
I doubt it. Her
Or
charisma's-
just more weirded out by how clean
So,
they are.
you
in
look-
comparison.
yeah, if it wasn't for your attitude, you'd be
You're also radiant, just more red.
yeah.
so.
I'm
So
smoking.
you
Radiant like
No,
a
you don't.
bonfire.
You're not sure if either of these priestesses have the charisma you do, but
They look good.
Yeah, they look good.
Gashar will give them a bow, and he will take his quarterstaff and he will hold it for a second, and he will say, "Thank you very much," and he will sort of push it on the like stomp it onto the ground basically, and at that point he'll do a minor illusion of a bunch of sparkle, like basically sparkler coming off the top, just gold sparkles.
You can see the people immediately next to you all like kind of back away, kind of as people are like, whoa, whoa. And they kind of create a moment of chaos, and it's kind of silent for a second, and then the crowd around you all begins to cheer. Ah!
You have been
And
very
you hear
pleasant.
some guy in the back. What? I missed it. What?
Not at them. You have been very pleasant. I
You could
appreciate
start
you.
juggling. If we wanted to waste more time in this town.
We should go.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Maneuvering yourself back out of the Heartward, moving out of the plaza, you emerge on the southern side once again and head toward the southern gate that you had entered in before. You enter out into the great wilds of the north. I'll bring that map up now, which you can see. Okay. What do you got? You guys have emerged from the Helm's Hold. What would you guys like to do at this point?
Travel east.
Let's go to Thundertree.
All right, you were told to follow the river. Are you going to follow those instructions, or are you going to go off on your own way, Wrath?
Do we have a?
I don't have a target to
You're
go
gonna
to.
go off on your
Maybe.
own,
We'll see.
Wrath?
That's never stopped you before.
This is true.
Is there a road to
I
follow,
was
or
never
are we
pre-
just
There is
They're
a
walking
there
with
is a
the river.
road that follows the river.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go on that.
Follow the bird. It's going back to the village. Never mind the bird. Follow the river. Okay, so you head off and following the river to the east. The winding passage quickly erodes into less and less of a pass as you go. Within an hour or so, the road has diminished into just some hard-packed earth with some bristly brush. That bristly brush slowly devolves into
Zombie trail.
it's into a zombie trail, into just grasslands as you follow the river. You can see a logger coming down the river toward you. The logger seems to have probably like 30 logs all wrapped up together.
So not a stout,
Not a
not
stout.
a porter.
Not a
IPA.
porter log, no, a logger. Yeah, not something that attaches to a web service that allows you to keep track of your error messages. No, I'm talking about a
The
person
original
who's
logger.
a person who, but that's actually an
OG.
advertisement for a beer, I'm sure.
Probably.
The original logger. All right, so you see this logger coming down. Yeah, they have like 30 or so trunks of trees all bound together, and they're traveling down the river. About 4 soldiers or stand on top of the logs as 5 or 6 people kind of push along these logs heading down the river, maybe towards Hornshold or possibly beyond to Neverwinter. They give you a slight wave.
Say hello to Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, shortly.
Wave back.
Good
Did
day.
you see
and-
any
and well
zombies?
met.
They look up at you and they go, "What?
Did you see any zombies?
You going to Thundertree?
Yes.
That's not near the river. We don't see it there. Don't go. Turn back now, you fool." As they get
His beak crackles
Yeah.
with electricity. No, we go.
This is not the way.
all right. Heading deeper into the trail, you head out following the path.
I look overhead and see if there's any dragons.
Nice.
Suddenly thinking about threats.
It's like,
Hmm.
oh, that's a good idea.
Are there any dragons?
All right. You don't see any dragons at all.
You're all
Good.
bathed in cold.
Yeah.
Reroll
You
here.
all die.
That's funny.
Everyone in a cone is dead.
All right, you travel for about maybe a few hours of walking, following the river. The river, it kind of drifts off away from the river. You can see in the very distance, you can see the trace edges of a small tower, a broken tower that sits upon a small rise, and you can see the bare little outlines of a little village.
Probably
That
Finnis.
They turns away from the river and more into the plains or the fields. I take it you're going to follow that instead of the river.
I can't see anything. It's bright out here, and I'm at a disadvantage. But I bet Finnis saw it all.
Yeah, Finnis sees it all.
Finish
Yeah.
sees all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think there's a single thing you don't see.
Yeah. There's actually a disclaimer at the bottom of the town written in 3-point font. 2 miles away or trademark.
I'm just over
of-
here squinting.
Okay. Heading off the beaten path, as it were, toward the shadow or shimmer of what was once a village. Gradually, the trail becomes an old, overgrown lane winding between dilapidated buildings, choked in vines and brushes. Ahead of you, in the middle of the settlement, rises a steep hill upon which stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof and an adjoining cottage. A dirt road hugs the base of the hill and wends its way between old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins with interiors open to the weather. Other buildings appear more or less intact. The whole place is eerily silent. A wooden sign is nailed to a post nearby. It reads, "Danger," in all caps.
Well,
Beneath it
Robinson.
says, "Plant monsters and zombies. Turn back now."
Plant monsters.
You are several hundred yards from town. What are you going to do?
Plant
Plant
monsters.
monsters. That's new.
Plant monsters. That sounds like something a druid would use.
Why did your contact tell you to meet him here? Seems rather dangerous.
Yeah, who told us to go here?
Well, we're dangerous, so
So
Seems like
as we're approaching, Beth standing next to Hemo puts her hand on his arm as they're walking. And she goes, "Don't let-"
Does Hemo
Yes.
melt away into
Yeah.
nothing?
Hemo is afraid for a second of bursting into flames, but when he doesn't, he goes, yes.
She just looks at, "Don't let me fall," and her eyes glaze.
What?
And
Hemo grabs the warlock and holds her up by her armpits. Wait, what? What's going on?
no, she can still walk. She just like her eyes go blank, like, lose focus, and she'll use the familiar. She'll like take the
The eyes of the familiar.
eyes of the
or-
familiar. Yeah,
yeah.
she'll use her the familiar. Wow, words are hard today. She's
She's
going to use the
wargame.
senses of the familiar, and she's going to scout ahead a little bit.
All right. How far out can the familiar be while
It's
you're
just-
using
I
that?
think it's 100 feet, but it's a rise. All right, I get
All right.
at least a vantage point of being 100 feet up.
Sure. As you look out from the high position, still a little bit of ways from the town, you can see that again exactly what I said. Where you see this town looking over a small little rise where a partially broken tower exists. Next to the tower is a kind of a smaller building. They're kind of adjoined. You see several other tiny buildings. Most of these buildings are collapsed. Some of them are not. You see maybe 15, 12 different buildings all in a rise. There are clumps of trees and bushes everywhere. It's heavily overgrown. There's a small statue that exists in one corner of this small little town. You think this is no more than a village. It's probably maybe even half the size of Phandelver proper.
So, but Thundertree, is this? Do I think this is Thundertree?
You would think it's Thundertree. You're not 100% sure, but this is the general consensus of the area that you needed to go to. So
So the
were we
familiar
supposed to signal in any way, or are we just meeting here?
Neat.
you were just told to meet him there. That's all Quellen said.
We
Remind
head
me
into
what the
town?
building was that the woman said it was the inn,
Which
the innkeeper.
no, she said that where her necklace was.
Yeah,
Her necklace was in her family's apothecary.
do I see a building that would?
You don't
likely
see
be
any
the-
you don't see any signs on any of the buildings. They've been long worn away. So you don't think from this far away from being hundreds of feet away from the town, you're going to be able to make out any of those details.
All right, I'll pull my senses back. I'll have to send out the familiar that can scout and come back and report to me if Shadow sees anything.
Give me a investigation or a spot roll, please.
perception
a
with the
perception.
owl.
Yeah, give me your perception of your owl.
I think it has a
13,
plus
yeah,
3.
plus
so-
3.
Go away, window. A 5.
All right. The owl comes back and reports that it has found many mice.
We just found mice.
But
We
if
ain't
it's-
found shit.
if mice are- if if animals are running around, there's no immediate danger. I think we are okay to go in.
Last time when it found rats, there were lots of rats. Big rats, big ones,
Oh,
very
good
big
point.
ones.
Yeah.
It said small prey.
Maybe it's big mice, were mice.
Is a were mouse
we-
just a
we will
just a
be-
rat?
Everyone get your weapons ready.
Now we have you.
Well, we
Okay,
don't
so are
see
you going to
any
then
zombies.
head into the village?
Yeah, why not?
All right, I will bring the
yeah.
map up then.
I'm looking for anything that would be,
Were mice.
apothecary like.
Do you say that out loud?
All right, let me bring the
I
map
know
up.
he's bringing the map up.
So where are we coming in at?
All right, I'll have you guys come in right down here. Can you see that? No, down here, right in the
Okay.
Down
top.
by the compass.
Yeah, you can be
Southwest.
I can be this side or that side. I really don't care, but this is kind of the trail coming in, so
Makes sense.
I don't want to,
Oh, so it's 5 foot squares in roll 20.
Yeah, the
Okay.
5 foot squares in roll
It's
20,
still
even though.
fantastic.
Oh wow, yeah, that's really good.
So it's 10-foot squares altogether.
Nice.
All right, so here we are. There's your characters. The squares on the map are 10 by 10, so they're quite large. But your character is going to be like many people of you. I believe if you check, you should be able to bring your new character in as your owl. I should have fixed that now. Hopefully that should work for you. Let me know.
Yay.
Yep.
Okay, so here you are at the bottom of the ruins of Thundertree.
Mm-mm.
Or I'll do it Matt Mercer style. You're at the bottom of the ruins of Thundertree.
Hmm.
Okay, what do
To
you
get his hair.
Yeah, fine.
Now I'm
Dude,
suspicious of Thundertree.
I would love to have his hair. I didn't have his hair when I was 12. That guy has
Nice one, Mike.
the guy's the best hair. First of all, he's a credible DM, has great hair. I can't compete. All right. What are you guys gonna do?
I suppose.
Get a toupee.
First off, yeah.
You tell me what I have to pay, and I will pay it to get that hair. Okay.
Should we just run right into town? Just running,
Screaming.
Oh, is it daytime still?
It is daytime still.
Okay.
Let's wait for night.
Finnis.
We should get you a big
Finnis.
parasol, Geshar. I don't know what's so bad about the sun, but we need to get you something for that.
Right. Look.
Some
Points right
sunglasses?
In
Is that
this
a thing?
area over here, Finnis, you can see these little bristly, tiny creatures that are sitting amongst the shrubs, motionless. See them. They are not moving. You see 2 of them, one here and one there. They just seem to be standing there.
I'll take a moment to point them out to the party. You guys be wary. I think these might be these plant monsters that Sign had posted about.
They don't seem to be chasing you or anything, but they just seem to be sitting there.
Hello,
I don't know
plant
if-
monsters. I'll wave at
Okay.
them.
Chemo's like, What if, can I just light a torch and throw it at those creatures?
No, they're my friends.
What you going
Wait.
to? I can't say anything. I I instigated the last one. So go
Chemo's
ahead.
got his arm up.
Well, it doesn't seem like they're attacking us just yet.
No, we should talk to them first.
Too bad we don't have a druid.
Um,
I'll walk
Talk to the
over.
points.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
unless
Hello.
they're elves or not.
All right, I'm going to zoom the map in a little bit. So since it looks like you guys want to instigate combat with
I'm gonna stay back, but I'm gonna keep this torch just in case they jump at us.
What if we do get Gishar like a magical umbrella and then he can be like a Mary Poppins?
I already got that.
Is he cool?
Already got
I
a
mean-
make out.
A
Maybe we can
parasol
put,
of
like,
featherfall?
Yeah, jump and feather. Well, he can feather fall because he's a monk.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we just need to give him like super ups with it.
I like
Levitate.
that. I like super ups. I can use that in combat.
a spoonful of key helps the medicine go down.
Yes.
Okay.
See? Right there.
Okay.
Hello.
Kogashar, you're going to walk over there.
Yeah, I stop at about,
Yep.
to 20 feet, 30 feet away from them.
These creatures, there's a creature here in there and a creature there that were pointed out. Why don't you give me a spot roll? Try to give me a perception and see if you see them.
All right.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
All right, you're looking into that. You're seriously looking
I'm
into the
saying like
brush.
hello and waving, but I don't see them at all,
You
right?
literally don't see anything.
Talk
yeah.
to all the bushes. Hey guys, how's it going?
He's
Yeah.
still squinting though as well.
You're
Just
passing
because
the
you don't
way,
have
right?
the spell speak with plants doesn't mean you can't speak with plants. Speak at plants.
But I don't see any movement apparently.
No, you're standing there looking at these bushes from
He turns around.
10, 20 feet
You're
away.
pranking me, aren't you? I am sick of this. Let's go. He comes back. Tired.
All right. What are you guys going to do now?
I think we should leave these things behind. They don't seem to attack us unless maybe if we attack them, but let's go into town.
Okay, you weren't here for this, but we did do something like this before. We ran across a thing, we saw it, we
I
looked
don't
at
see
it,
it. It's not there. It's,
and decided if he wasn't harming us, we wouldn't harm it. And it turned around and attacked me. Okay.
Should I chase it out with the torch?
let us verify. We don't have to necessarily violently engage, but we should engage in a certain
I just did.
threats.
I walked over and
I
said
do
hi.
not want to leave it.
There's nothing there.
Can I? Okay, so
I look at Finnis.
I don't want to attack something that's not attacking me in general, so I light off what is it?
What
a
if
sacred flame near them to startle them?
So what is the target of a sacred flame?
Oh, maybe I have to target a creature. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Let me see.
Hemo?
I'll fire off like a chill touch hand through the bushes.
All right, you're gonna fire it nearby then, just kind of through the bush, right?
Across their bow.
like chucking a boomerang.
Spectral hand just flies out.
All right, you do that. They don't seem to move.
Well,
Maybe it's not fake.
Doesn't seem like they want to move or engage with us at all. Maybe we should just leave them behind.
Well, now hold on. We are trying to find a ranger. What if we've got this wrong? What if they're not trying to eat us? What if they're with the ranger?
You did, by the way, when you walked past their Gashar, see part of that in
Yeah.
part of that building. Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean,
Gashar, by the way, I'll say this ruin looks as if it might be once have been a farmhouse. It's now half swallowed by a dense thicket. That's what
you
you
didn't
see.
see any zombies in there, thankfully. Like, imagine walking over to this bush and just getting chomped on from the doorway.
is this the day we know we have to meet up with Write-Off?
10
Oh,
days.
we don't know when.
Exact day? Okay. So I guess Hemo's just going to look around. Well, maybe they're with Write-Off. Maybe we just call for him.
Yes,
Hemo's just going
do
to
that.
step down the road a ways and go, Write-Off. We're the adventurers from Phandelver. We're here for our meeting.
Okay, you call out. You wait a moment, and then wait a little bit longer, and you don't hear or see anything.
Well, worth a shot. Nothing tried to kill us after that, so I guess we keep looking.
I'm going to dodge.
Or here, I have an idea of how to deal with these little guys behind us. Can I just like
Walks.
mage
right.
hand the lit torch and drop it in the bush?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so
Start
you're
running
gonna
that
move forward. You're gonna move forward up through the trees. Now, everything that is a darker green here will be considered difficult terrain. So you,
The darker
Gashar,
green? Okay.
we're gonna walk up. Ek, what are you gonna do exactly?
I'm following Gashar. I'm going with him.
Sorry, everyone. That's
No, that's totally fine.
that's
That's-
what he would do.
all right, so
Not letting him go
Gashar,
alone.
you walk forward. What are you going to do as you walk forward? I'll move the map up over here.
He's dodging. That's his action. He's moving, single movement, and dodging.
So Gashar, you walk up and you look around. You're not seeing anything.
And trying to cover some of his, trying to get a better view because it's bright out.
Yeah, it's bright.
He's doing this. You see him literally
Maybe
walking
we
around
get him like a
squinting.
big hat.
Unlike Gashar, it's bright. All right. So,
Giant floppy head.
dang.
Would that mean you would be a dragon in a silk dress and a sun hat?
Yes.
Oh my.
I've had stranger games. One of these times we're gonna have to do a ridiculous game. That'll be fun. Okay. What are you guys gonna do? You see that Gashar and Eckankar walk forward. You can see in the distance, Gashar, through your squints, a small rise far to the north that rises up to some kind of a small little tower, but that tower, part of it's been broken apart. And you see, obviously, there's buildings around from
He'll
here.
stop for a second and point up that way and look back at Ek. Just points up that way.
You see a crumbling building here. You see this building is mostly intact right here.
Okay. Gashar, maybe we should search the buildings as we go. Check this one behind us first. Then we can
That
get
is
to.
an option. That is an option. Go to
It's
knock
a
on every door.
zombie infested town. We should maybe do a little bit of sweep and clear.
So every
Yeah.
door. We'll
Yes.
hit every zombie.
So I think is this door closed or open?
Which door are you talking about?
The one right here.
That door is closed.
I suppose
I'll-
killing one zombie at a time will probably be easier than 20 at a time. That might be a good idea.
This small house appears to be in better condition than the ruins and dilapidated structures nearby. So that's what you just passed, of course.
Mhm.
The door is seems to be reinforced with some heavy iron bands and thick shutters protect the window.
Oh, okay. So it's boarded up. Is there a way
It's
we can
a reinforced door that
Oh,
doesn't mean
reinforced
that
door,
it's
okay.
barred. It just means that the door itself has like those metal bars that go across to keep the wood
It's a
secure.
high
Oh,
quality.
sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
actually
bars.
going to
Hey,
try
why
to.
don't you should knock.
I don't know if anybody's actually living here anymore. Gishar.
That's why you knock. To find out.
Okay. Okay, so
All right. And he'll knock twice.
You'll knock twice.
Yep.
All right. You go ahead and give yourself a knock. The door swings open. And you see a mature man standing there in thick hide armor, holding a staff. He has a long beard, but it's not flowing. It's kind of bristly. He looks at you. He has kind of this gruff face. He just kind of squints at you and he goes, "Oh, you must be from Quellen, huh?"
Are you right off?
He looks at you and he's got these thin, beady eyes. They're from their squint. It looks like he almost has black eyes, but he's probably not. It's probably brown. He kind of looks over at you and he goes, "Noi."
Yes.
He kind of looks at the group of you, kind of scanning each one of you in turn. There's, "Oi, come in." He steps back, walking into the darker room.
Are you a zombie?
He doesn't respond.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn back to Gishar and be like, Gishar, I guess you were right. Maybe I should be knocking more in abandoned, ruined towns.
Finnis, as he's
just
walking
nods
to
at
the
you like,
door, is
"I'm-"
going to ask, are those plant creatures going to be an issue or should we be wary?
He looks back at you and he says, "Plant. Twig blights. Ignore them."
Ignore them. Okay.
Well,
Finnis accepts that answer.
He
He'll walk
walks into the place.
Emo goes, "Oh, fine."
you really wanted to burn them.
They were real? I thought that was a prank.
He looks, as he walks in, you can see he's made this little home, this little place, kind of like a makeshift home. He has a small cooking pot in here and a small little setup. He has a bedroll, things like that, but nothing permanent. You don't think he lives here. You think this is probably just a place where he's staying
camping.
up for whatever. He's more or less camping in a spot that is indoors right now. He said he walks in, he looks back and he goes, "Come in, close the door."
We do that.
All right. He's going to he kind of moves over with you and he's going to wait until everyone gets in. Gishar, what are you doing? Are you going to come in or are you going to stay out?
Oh yeah, it definitely comes in.
All right.
I'm giving other people an opportunity to jump in here, but there's a burning question.
There's a burning question. Okay. What's your question that you want to ask?
Where is Craigmaw Castle?
He looks over at you. Goes, yes, I was told you would look for that. Well, nothing is for free, is it?
Cocks his head at him.
No,
Some
nothing
things
is
are for free.
We have a venom fang.
Oh, what?
We have a venom fang, is what he says to you.
Okay.
Is that like
That tells me nothing
he's-
except we have a thing.
We- I
He
don't
squats
know what
down
that
and you
is.
see he starts putting he kind of breathes into a little coal pot and a little heat radiates from it underneath a pan. You don't think that the coal is actually fire. You think it might be some kind of enchanted device.
Ooh.
Kind of breathes into it, and like a little warming glow happens underneath the fire. And he looks up and he goes, "We have Venom Fang
In town?
in the tower.
Hmm.
Shouldn't be here." He goes and
I thought
starts.
the zombies all belonged here. Just not a zombie, is it?
No. Rid of it. Rid me of it. And I'll tell you.
He wants us to kill something. Well, we like killing things. What is it?
Is it a dragon?
And he looks over at you, Hemo, and he nods. And he goes, "Venom Fang."
A green one? Then
Wait.
that's what they were talking about, weren't they?
Yes. they
Shouldn't be
mentioned
here.
that.
Do you know his name?
And the
Venom
the old man,
Venom
looks
Fang.
over at you and he just says, "Venom Fang."
How big is this thing? Because we've seen, well, they get big.
Sure, like at least
He looks.
Yeah,
he,
like-
he points.
As big
He
as
points,
me, as big as that guy?
The druid right off points over at Gashar. See him?
That
it's
big?
It's
Bigger. Oh.
like the white dragon we saw.
So, so you want us to do this thing for you? Can you tell us more? If you want this thing done, you want it done. Therefore, it is a goal. Why don't you help us achieve this goal?
He looks over at you and he says, "It's a dragon. Showed up 3 months ago. Shouldn't be here."
Okay. What exactly do you want us to do? Spell it out for me.
Run him off.
Or through?
Or kill it or throw them out.
It makes little difference. Shouldn't kill it if you can help it. It's a natural creature, kind of. But they don't belong here. They belong in the forest.
Should I go talk to it?
Looking around. So this the forest.
Has this dragon hurt anyone?
Well,
Did it hurt you? Where did it touch you?
can I give him a doll?
Yeah.
All right. He says, he looks at you and he goes, "Shouldn't be here." You
Where
just
should
step
it
back.
be?
The forest. It's where it belongs.
Does it have venom for real? Do you have anti-venom? Do
Has
you
a,
have any other tips?
has a
tricks?
breath. It's a breath weapon. Stay clear.
Me too.
Don't fight it from the front. He goes back to dealing with his food. He picks up a food and he just shoves it in his mouth, not even caring that you're there, making all that just eating noises. He looks over at you and he says,
He's been walking for a few hours. Sure,
yeah.
I'll sit down and eat too.
"You're gonna reach for his food?"
No, he's gonna.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn.
I don't know if I want his.
That's bold.
I got my own food.
That is a neat charisma. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, "I'll just take some of that." All right. So yeah, you can start eating. He just kind of chews on his food a little bit, just kind of eating through his stuff. And he just kind of goes through and he goes, "Just get rid of it. I'll tell you where your castle is."
All right. Well, I mean, Geshar, you do speak Draconic, right? I mean, you
Yes.
could convince it to leave. You could at least converse with it.
I wanted to, but the others on the other side of town, there's another group of them. They look to be dragon followers.
Oh,
Like me?
The cult in the town?
Dragonborn?
No, not like you. They wear masks, cloaks, other side of town. Been
Elves?
keeping an eye on this dragon. Venom Fang.
Goblins? Humans?
Didn't look.
Are they
Humanoid?
dangerous?
Humanoid. He starts eating and looks down. Says, "Could be dangerous."
Seems like maybe we could-
Anyone who dresses up like that can't be good.
Gishar looks like a dragon.
Huh.
But he's got a.
Do they have red cloaks? Maybe.
Maybe rest for a bit before we attempt this.
We should attack at night.
He's just chomping at his mouth, just eating. He goes, "I don't care."
When do the zombies come out?
She casts hex
Okay. Hex. Yep.
and just has it ready.
All right.
And just concentrate on it.
Little black ichors floating from your fingertips every once in a while.
Actually, along the horns.
Okay, floating along the horns every once in a while.
Mhm.
Sweet. All right, you've cast Hex. It lasts for 1 hour, right?
Mhm.
All right,
No, 8 hours at this point because
Okay.
I used a 3rd level spell slot.
got it.
So if we rest for an hour, I'll have it going into the battle
Nice.
because
Smart.
we'll
Will last for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Cool.
so we can do a short rest. And if you have anything like that you want to prepare, now is the time. We can rest and then go into this as fully prepared as we can.
Bathrooms
I'm-
outside.
Only a third of a wizard. I don't have anything like that. I can just ready my weapons and try to figure out what to do next.
Do the zombies come out at night?
Check the buildings. They're around. There's stuff there, I'm sure. If you're interested in finding stuff.
No, I want to avoid too much combat
Do
at
you know,
once.
I am looking for an apothecary.
I don't know. Check where. Where'd you come from?
Did we come from? We came from Phandelver. You know where we're coming from.
Should have hit that on Helm's Hold.
I'm looking for the ruins of an apothecary.
I think it was on the other side of town, if I remember.
Thank you very much. So how do we want, so while we're resting, how do we want to approach this? Do we want to approach diplomatically first? Do we shoot first and hope?
I think we try to get a look at these guys before they know that we're here. It seems like they're here for the dragon, and I don't know, maybe they could be helpful. They could just be dragon cultists or whatnot.
I wonder how smart
But
they are.
until we know for sure, it would be dangerous. We'd be exposed if we try to just face the dragon right away.
Some of the more foolish that I encountered in Neverwinter thought I was a dragon.
Well, you've got the scales and the lightning.
It makes me think maybe there is a subterfuge.
So exactly where are these people?
Oh, the dragon people.
Yeah.
Other side of the village, southeast of here.
All the, like how many buildings over? Do you
I think at
know?
the other end.
Oh, you're so helpful.
I think at the other end. I told you.
So opposite corner.
Just double checking.
Look at this map. Is it?
That'd be northeast, right?
No, southeast. You got to listen up, son.
So probably.
It says he kind of looks at you like you're like, I just told you.
So they are outside of town.
All the way at the other end of town.
Oh,
So he said, it tells you.
they're probably hiding out in one of those buildings.
Rideout doesn't seem too outspoken. He seems.
He's he's fucking druid.
He's a man of few words.
He's the most abrasively chill dude around.
So what is this building? This building right here.
Not exactly a Minsk replica. Yeah. What do you want to
Oh,
look
justice. How tall is? What is this building? What does this building look like? It's one directly
Absolutely.
east from us.
This appears to be some kind of a ruin. It's at an intersection near the middle of the village. A narrow lane winds up a steep hillside to the north. Directly to the south is a ruined building that might have been a store or workshop. You can see from your direct angle that out in front of it, and kind of in this area right here, you can see some webs outstretched from the main entrance, kind of like some webbing.
Giant spider. Great. So I will once again, now that we're in the town proper and while we're resting, I will look through the eyes of my owl. These are trees here. Yes.
Yes, those are trees. Yep.
I will send the owl to here.
Okay. You send the owl up there.
So, yeah. So Wave is like staring off into nothingness. So
Oh,
You
she's
got
doing
it.
that thing again.
Yeah, he's doing that
Guys,
eye
we're
thing
dull.
again.
Nice
gotta
and
roll
all
her eyes
milky.
back.
Of course, my eyes are black on black, so you can't even tell. It's just waves staring off into nothingness.
Yeah. Unless they're all yellow, you make your eyes. Sometimes your eyes glow.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do that for.
Yeah. I'm assuming like
She's got more control over that.
Yeah. All right. What are you guys going to do? You're going to rest for your hour? Okay. The hour passes. Right off, eats his food. He pulls out his little he has a little hatchet. See him kind of sharpening up his hatchet a little bit. Goes about. He almost like ignores you. He's just walking around doing his druidic stuff.
As long as he's not attacking, I don't care.
He's not attacking you.
Tell me about Quellen.
He looks over at you and he goes, "What about her?"
Did you two fight together?
Boy, years ago. She has a son now.
I met. We played poker.
I don't think that she should have her son play poker.
No, I played poker with Quellen. She's very good.
He kind of smiles. It's the first time he's ever laughed. He looks down and he goes, "You shouldn't have did that.
Did what?
Play poker with Quellen."
Yes, she won. She's very good.
She always does.
Tell me about her shadows.
He looks back at you and he goes, "Shadows?"
No sense motive on that one right there.
All right, go ahead.
So good at this.
Yes, come on, sense motive. Give me an insight roll.
I think I left it on. No, it would have been a 3.
All right, you got a 3. All right, you sense that he's a man of very few words. Anytime you ask him a question, he's going to give you the most minimal answer you're going to get.
He just doubles down. He's like, "Yes, shadows."
He kind of
knows
just
the shadow like I do. Yes.
he looks down at his axe as he's doing it. And he goes, "You are tainted by the shadow. She is not.
Not quite like me. Not anymore, anyways."
Nope. He looks over at Finnis. He looks over at you and he says, "Your friend talks too much."
I tend to agree.
You have no idea.
All right, he begins. Anything else you're going to ask him before the hour is up?
Right off. Have you met orcs in the area? I know you've been traveling, obviously, with the
many types of
Tempurs.
orcs in the area.
Have you met those of the Many Arrows tribe?
Many types of many arrows.
Do you trust them? The people in the towns to the south seem to hate them.
Depends on which many arrows you talk to.
So they're not.
Do you
Maybe-
trust elves?
Well, many elves, yes. I trust many of them.
I don't know that. I don't know the tribe of many elves.
Okay. Well, I suppose they are just people here, just like the rest of us, I suppose.
There's another 8 charisma.
Many orcs in the forest to the north and to the south. Some you should beware of. Be wary.
Yes, definitely.
The
Yeah.
castle is worse. King Groll is there.
That's where we are headed.
I know.
Fucking 6
Hemo
charisma. Jesus.
goes and like picks at his polishes his sword and picks at his
All
new
right.
cloak. Yes, yeah.
So what does Shadow see? What does
That
Rafe
you're
see through
you're
Shadow?
looking through Shadow's vision, staring out
Well
across
within
the
100
town.
feet.
Yeah, you're looking across the town. You don't see any movement. This place seems abandoned. You see the trees occasionally will shake with the wind. There's a little bit of a drift of some kind of an ash that will kind of roll through, kind of like it's almost this like dust kind of comes in waves. So much so that your bird sort of has to kind of tilt its head a little bit because the kind of pellets kind of hit him a little bit. But other than that, looking around, it doesn't see anything moving.
Well, so the hour's up.
The hour's up.
All right. Let us go.
All right. You gather your belongings that you maybe taken out or extended for the last hour to rest, regathering yourselves and your spell slot, and exiting out of that little town, little watch that the druid is using to be held up in. What are you guys going to do?
Before we walk out, Kishar will stop and look back and say, "You sleep here tonight?"
Yeah.
And walk out.
All right. You walk out into the bright.
Is it still bright?
Yeah, it's still bright. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You took off in the morning and you've only traveled a few hours to here and you took an hour rest. So it's not even like 2:00.
I guess we'll start heading up the trail and kind of take a peek at the crossroads and examine the surrounding area.
All right. Looking around, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You see that here, and I'll roll the map up a little bit more. People move out. All right. You can see in this area over here, you see that these are ruined side-by-side cottages that look as though they might have been homes of prosperous shopkeepers or well-off farmers in their time. All that remains are collapsed walls and piles of debris. Several young trees have grown up in the midst of the ruin. That's what you see up here.
Wrath pulls her senses back into herself and just instructs the owl, instructs Shadow to inform them if it notices any movement,
Got it.
at least from the east. What does everyone think? Should we go directly to the dragon, or do we want to explore these homes a bit more?
I think we need to know what those masked guys are all about before we go messing with the dragon. They might be trying to protect it or something, or they could be helpful.
Agreed. They
I
are
want to
to the
sneak through
Or they,
these
or they
buildings.
could be controlling it.
Oh, it's nothing I'm capable of. Can
Yeah, but I'm sure it can be done.
I think I'd like to sneak through these buildings on the south end of town and just see if there's anybody in them.
For clarification, the rest of you guys can see that there's some spider webs that stretch out from this entrance right
Do
here.
they go across the path here?
They kind of, they go across from here out across this path right here.
Kind of
This-
almost to the trees on the inner
Yeah.
side of the pathway.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
yeah, I'm just letting you know that you guys can see that now.
Maybe
owl
going around the other end of
I
that.
could see it too.
I think they're passive. If you have an advantage on your passive, you just add 5, right?
Yep.
So if I have disadvantage right now, I would just subtract 5, I'm presuming,
No, you have disadvantage. Well,
for
yeah,
my passive.
yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm out in daylight, then
Yeah.
I basically get like a
Yeah.
6. Okay, you might have already been doing
Yeah.
that. I don't know if I'd see it. Anyway, I'm with you guys. Or 2. You said they were in the southeast part of town, in this area, perhaps. Just points way over that way.
Maybe I could go peek in the south side of this big building, see if there's actually a
yourself?
spider in there.
So
Well,
there
somebody
are
could-
webs coming out of that building,
Yeah. Why would I go in the front way?
Yes, trick the spider by going in the back door.
You tell me what you're gonna do.
It is never a wise thing to go into the back door unexpected.
Let's stick
Just-
together.
Just general rule of thumb.
All right. I guess Hemo will follow with,
Try with a
draw
peek.
his swords and get ready to cut through some webs.
Finnis tries to walk right up to the door. They'll walk way up there.
Now
Stop.
you are
That's
actually
what
you're going to enter into the webbing area right here, just so you know.
Oh, into the web. I'll stop
Yeah,
just
this-
before the web.
Yeah, I'm just letting. I figured you were. Okay, you walk up and you see these webs expanding out, kind of across the road. Looks like they're attached from here to here. Like they're kind of like trying to catch things that run through the road.
Each one of those is a trip line.
It's about 5 to 8 feet up. It's a spread of, it's taking over that 5 by 5 foot area, and it goes
So I'm
across this whole area, this whole 10-foot square. It's massively big.
Is it blocking like the front entrance to the building? The webs?
You think it might be? You might. I will drop this down so you can see. You can kind of see it's like this kind of area that's kind of covering that dotted area. You can see it's all kind of web covered. You can certainly
I
try
have
to burn and
some-
cut through it. There's no.
I have some loose crossbow bolts in my bag. I'm gonna take one out and like toss it in the webbing to see if anything
Wait.
is attracted by it.
But you could just, well, keep a few of those for.
Yes, please.
Get it back.
All right,
You
you're
do
going.
fire.
Flanders
You're not broken.
All right, are you just gonna throw it in there? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna toss it at some of the webbing.
Got it.
See if anything comes looking for a meal.
All right, you do that, and nothing happens.
See it.
Might be,
It's fine.
maybe it's too tiny. Maybe there's nothing in the building. There's many factors.
Mhm. You have to hit the right line in just the right way to get the spider to respond.
Mhm.
Sounds like we're trying to open a locks in some games, like
Finnis,
like Skyrim.
flail like you're caught in it.
Good idea.
He'll like walk up and grab it and just kind of like wiggle it back and forth. Just oh
And then run.
no! What am I gonna do?
All right, all right.
Okay,
You're gonna,
before you do that, Flander is going to take his hand crossbow and get a bolt ready.
That sounds like a great idea.
Gashar says he's following Hemo.
So Hemo and Gashar are going to the back door.
No, it looks like Hemo actually
no,
walked up towards the
Hemo's following.
Oh, he stopped.
All right, Finnis, what I need you to do is give me a dexterity save, please.
They're gonna say perform. Oh my, I am
Dexterity
stuck.
save. 15.
Okay, so you grab it, and you're
Okay.
just kind of shaking it violently.
Help! I am stuck.
Help! Oh no!
All right, what's that? No, you shake it quite heavily. Yeah, and
Really just ham it up.
yeah, and with that, you're gonna see that suddenly
Oh.
from the opening.
Did it in.
Oh, the thing.
What was that?
What? Alexa.
From the opening, a spider
my god!
emerges.
It's a big one.
And I
that
need
is
you to roll me.
Why didn't we all prepare our attacks? Ah!
Ooh, that's not a good initiative.
Now we can't be surprised, okay? Because
No.
No way.
I shake the thing, a spider appears. No,
No way.
what?
No
That's
way.
how you
Whoa,
roll, Dave. That's
dude.
how you roll.
19.
Everybody's so far behind too.
All right, Gashar, what'd you get?
23.17.
Would you say?
Shark
20?
can be there instantaneously. It's fine.
All right, Hemo, what'd you get?
11.
All right, Flander, what'd you get?
16.
Nice. Finnis, what'd you get?
4.
Finnis was surprised.
It
worked.
Was that your initiative, or are you playing golf? Eckankar, what'd you get?
I got 17.
Nice. Well, that's a good roll for you. And
It is.
Wrath, what'd you get?
19.
Nice rolls, everybody, for the most part, unless you're Finnis.
My hand got stuck on the web. It was stickier than I thought.
Right, this thing comes running out. You're gonna see it right there, and at that point, you can start taking actions. Oh, actually. Okay, so you see that spider come running out, running across the webbing at you. What are you going to do, Gashar?
I will run right towards it.
Sprint
like-
straight at it.
Yeah, pretty much. He just runs right up to this corner. So this is grass, right? Like overgrown grass in the front of the building.
Yep, it is.
All right. So he runs across that, and then as well within his movement, and he's going to try out his new quarterstaff. Actually, he's
Go
going to
for it.
use the what's that thing called? The booming
Booming blade.
Booming blade.
blade on it. So
Go
it's
ahead.
a cantrip, and
Go ahead and make your booming blade attack.
yeah, I will make my attack on it. Do.
Nice.
22 to hit.
22 to hit does hit.
All right, 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and it is enveloped in a shimmering thing of
So did you do your
Booming
additional
energy.
D8?
The additional, doesn't it come with the if the spider moves?
What level are you?
level 5.
What's that like? So what is it? What does it tell you in Booming Blade? Is it?
Yeah, so there'd be a 2d8
Yeah. Is that what you did?
but it doesn't attack. That doesn't happen unless it decides to move.
Read up.
5 feet.
Read Booming Blade real quick.
All right,
Take a second.
I will. Again. My understanding is that it just sheathes it and doesn't do anything until it decides to move. You brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting and make a melee attack with it against one creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, the target suffers a weapon attack's normal effects and then becomes sheathed in booming energy until the start of my next turn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I did my normal attack, my normal effects,
Yep,
and
keep reading.
it's got
But
damage.
you're at 5th level, so you do an extra D8 now, and then 2D8 if it moves.
Okay. So
Cantrip
at
scale
5th
up.
level, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 thunder damage on the target on a hit. So it does do it instantly, you're
Right.
saying.
Mhm.
That's
So
a nice little bump.
Yeah.
I did not catch that.
It's worth doing. It's definitely worth
Green
doing.
flame blade is similar.
Yeah, but that requires you to do it. That requires you to do this at the Booming Blade attack. So you don't get 2 attacks this
Right.
round. You just
Right,
get
right.
one Booming Blade attack, or you can attack 2 different twice.
So if they move, they take another 1d8 of thunder damage and spell ends. Spell damage increases when you, so it would be 2d8 now is what you're telling me.
Yep.
And if it moves, another 2d8.
Yep. So
Okay.
how much damage you do to it?
All right.
Pretty
Well, I'll do
good.
my 2d8 as well.
Perfect. So because you're 5th level, you actually get 2d8 to damage when you're
Yes.
doing the Booming the Blade strike versus just attacking twice, which you just normal attacks.
All right. Well, it took 12 points of thunder damage on top of the 9 points of bludgeoning.
Ow.
Is what?
9 points of bludgeoning.
No, it does 1d8 thunder damage.
Just 1D8. It does 2D8 if it moves.
Yeah.
You do an additional D8 on top of your weapon damage. So your weapon damage, you add 1D8 thunder damage to your weapon attack.
Yeah.
So you get your normal attack as normal.
I mean, I believe you guys. I'm just trying to pick up what it says in the thing. So I'm going to reread it again.
At 5th level, just see what it says.
At 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 thunder damage.
And that's what you're doing right now.
To the target on a hit, and the damage the target takes for moving increases to 2d8.
Right.
Mhm.
So right now it's doing a weapon damage plus 1d8.
I see.
That's
Yep,
pretty
no problem.
good
It's
at
yeah.
5th level. Good cantrip.
Or you could optionally take your 2 attacks and just do it that way.
All right. Well, the 1d8 thunder damage is 7 points.
Okay, so you're gonna hit it for a Blooming Blade attack,
Yep.
and you did 1d8 points of thunder damage for 7, and then what's
And
your
then the
damage?
bludgeoning was 9.
So a total of 16, right?
16 points.
That's
A
awesome.
lot of
And it
damage
is
out of a level
Boom.
5.
Now it's
monster.
sheathed in a shimmer.
So now if it moves
Now
Yeah.
it moves, it'll take 2d8.
and
That's
you
awesome.
have mobility,
For sure.
you can move.
I could move, and I did only use, I think, 35.
So
Go
just
ahead.
an option.
Yeah, I
Hey,
will.
Brad,
Take,
If
I
you're
will take
trying to
a-
get it to attack you,
Wrath, it is your turn.
I will transfer as a bonus action my hex to it, and I will put the hex on its dexterity checks,
Dexterity checks for skills. Got
Yep.
it. Cool, cool.
and then I will fire my 2 blasts at it. 24
That's a hit.
and then 27.
They both hit.
and
Armor class 27? That is
I hit armor class 27.
pretty good.
She gets a +8 right now.
No,
to
I'm not
hit.
complaining. I'm like, that's pretty good.
I know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then 2d6 of additional hex damage. So 13, 16 total points of damage.
All right. You strike it, it just gets destroyed.
The hex.
Yeah.
back into
And you get temporary hit
hit
points. Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
All right. I'll get everybody kind of follow through the round in case that
Good job,
anybody want to
Finnis.
do. Eckankar, you want to do something now? You don't see anything happening right now.
I'm just going to rush up beside Gishar.
Got it. Flander, what
See?
about you?
It's the classic spring the trap bait. It's fine.
Thank you.
Are you
So-
saying that you are the bait?
I guess, yes.
Flander, what do you
See,
want to
it's
do?
my lucky
Master
shield. It's great.
I'm gonna try out my new crossbow.
No.
What are you gonna do?
Try out my new crossbow, and I roll a natural 20.
All
Are
right,
you shooting the dead spider?
you shot the dead spider.
It's dead.
That's
Yeah,
you
yeah.
shot the dead
Oh.
spider dead between.
nailed it.
Wait for
eyes.
it first.
It worked.
It just
Everybody
strikes
starts
it.
gathering around the body, another bolt straight through the middle of the head.
Well, looks like I took care of it for you.
Everybody looks back.
It's like,
I was
like
like, everyone gather around the
Just
body.
single-handedly fell
From behind the
there.
shoulders, bolt is like
Yeah, I mean, it's a good shot.
I like
Very
this new
good.
crossbow.
Very good shot.
Hemo.
You done well done.
Are you gonna do anything other than
No.
laugh at Flander for shooting the dead spider?
He's gonna laugh at Flander for a second and say, look, let me get rid of these webs.
I panicked.
Can I cast Firebolt on the webs?
Sure.
It ignites.
You have to hit is it a saving throw or is it an attack?
This is a ranged spell attack, but I
Yeah, so
figure
you're gonna
it's
have to
not
hit
that hard
armor.
to hit.
You still have to hit armor class. It's like an item.
Firebolt, 21 to hit,
12 points. of
Yep.
damage.
And how much
Yeah.
damage to do?
12 points of damage, and it ignites anything that's not being worn or
Yep.
carried. And these
So
webs are-
you'll clear
hopefully
5 feet of it. Are you
flammable.
gonna be the 5 feet that's in front of this where the spider is right now? Is that the 5 feet you want to clear?
Yeah, I'm trying to clear a way through the front door. So
All right.
yeah.
All right, so no problem. All right. And then Finnis, you gonna do anything before the end of the round?
Nope. It's cleaning
All right.
off the web off my gauntlet.
All right, we'll kind of come out of combat unless you guys have anything specific you want to do right now.
I'll grab that.
Check around for Scoot. Is Scoot okay? He wasn't eaten by a twig blade or a spider.
You look
Take
around.
my
and-
crossbow bolt back.
You look around and you'll see Scoot is just standing over here, kind of wandering through a little brush right here.
Okay, I trust Scoot to be okay on his own.
50% chance you can recover the bow or the arrow with a bolt.
Mhm.
The one I tossed.
All right.
Otherwise, it's broken.
Oh, the one he shot. Yeah.
Mm.
I'll hand you the
Oh,
one
yeah,
that I tossed into the webbing.
It's not going to work on a hand crossbow.
Hand crossbow bolts are different than regular bolts.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's like, whoa.
Here you go. Try that.
That'll launch about
It's not finished.
15 feet,
That's okay.
like a lawn dart.
All right.
Yeah.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Overcompensating, are we?
Lucky.
So Hemo wants to burn the webs in front of him and peek in that
Shot, just wait.
door.
What?
It's a building. There's stuff. There's
You don't want to look around, Gashar? Besides, you can get out of the sun.
I'm looking around. He's squinting off into the.
yes.
at the
Come
fork in the
get
road.
out of the sun for a moment.
Squinting off into the 4 feet in front of him.
You know what?
We need,
That's
like,
a good
dark
idea. I've heard in a
goggles.
Solid minute.
Like the opposite of what.
All right, to the
Doesn't,
north, you can
um,
see that tower
I
is kind
have,
of sitting there, lonely tower, the trail that leads up. I'll show you people on the map where the tower is. So they can be aware of it. There's a tower right here, you can see. And then to your east, you can see there's a few buildings that rise up. These look a little bit more intact. All right, looking here, you can see that this seems to be like an old cottage that's mostly broken apart. And this here seems to be ruins of a shop right here. Hard
Ooh,
to tell what it is. Shadow is flying overhead.
So once again, actually, it's finished this time since Hemo is I'm assuming Hemo's just playing flamethrower and going.
Clearing
Yeah,
out.
okay.
I'll say he
Okay.
clears out this piece of
Okay.
this.
So-
Easy enough.
She'll reach out and just grab Finnis's arm this time, and she'll look through the eyes of her owl again and see what's in that area. I can reach pretty far. Yeah, I can reach all 3 of these buildings.
Sure, I'll give you an idea of what it looks like.
So the owl's gonna be like doing a flyby.
Okay.
See, and just going.
All right.
seeing what's up.
This building here, you can see. If I gotta get in the right level. This building here that you can see. This the ruined shop is cluttered with sagging storage shelves and broken furniture. Shards of glass and pieces of pottery glint in the weeds and rubble next to rotted books and casks. This one here that you can see just from your owl looking down at it.
Mhm.
Heaps of wreckage litter the interior of this ruin. In one corner stands a broken loom.
Okay. And
You can
there's-
also see this kind of town square, which is harder to see on the map, so I'll move it up.
oh, with the star.
Yeah,
It's more of a town circle.
yeah. That's the capital of this place.
Yeah.
So you can see on the east side of town, the lane opens up to a formal small square. Several ruined buildings surround the south side of the square, but a larger intact structure to the north looks like a barracks. One lane leads southeast, another heads southwest, and the hill in the middle of the town, and the third way meanders north. In the middle of the square, leaning on one side ever so slightly, is a weathered wooden statue of a warrior clutching a spear and shield.
Is that the star?
Yeah, that's the star. The star is born. What would you like to do?
And this bottom, this other third building down here.
Point out what you're looking at.
This one.
Okay.
You saw it.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be much that you can see in there. It looks fairly empty.
Okay.
And
That's
give
fine.
me a perception roll.
6.
Okay.
It's
What's
like
you have a
flying
passive-
drone.
you have
for the
a
first
pass-
time.
what's that?
I said this is like flying a drone for the first
Yeah.
time. She's like,
So you ran right into the wall.
That's why. Yeah, it's like
Why is that
it's
owl
holding on to
flying
Finnis,
so
she's like
strange?
he's like wobbling a little bit because it's like very disorientating. for
Yep.
Like
So that's what
warring
you
for
kind
the
of
first
see.
time.
You can see that this building down here, which is off the map, over here, this building that you see right over here is the one that's kind of more intact.
Okay. Well, let's secure this area here. So I'm going to leave the owl where it is, and if it sees anything, it can telepathically alert me.
You got it. What are the rest of you going to do?
Hemo steps into the spider building.
All right, I will reveal the spider building.
Lander will go with them.
Same with that.
Finnis will kind of just chill by the doorway, keeping an eye out around the surrounding area so we don't get snuck up on by zombies or plant creatures.
All right, you emerge into that area, and what you can see, the ruins look as if it might once have been a farmhouse. It's now half swallowed by a dense thicket with trees growing up through its ruined foundations. The lane continues south of here. You can see that this area, this room here appears to be fairly dense with different webbing. You don't see much in it other than the webs.
I chop my way through the webs. Is there a door to another room in there?
Yes, there is. You can get to the other room, and I'll reveal that other area as you look into it. All right.
Oh dear.
And as you come around the corner, this thing springs at you. It was readying an attack, and it's going to rush forward. That's what it does.
Yeah, way to
Now,
run into the wolf spiders.
How could we have known?
It runs to
If only
here,
we
and
had stuck
it's
in
going to
the back
make an
door.
attack on you, Hemo. That's what it did.
That
It was
actually would work
supposed to.
better.
It supposedly moved over there. It just snaps at you.
Can
And then
I
we'll
say I
roll
had a sword to hand at this point? I probably used a free hand to open the door. So
All right, it darts at you, It attacks you. I hit you. Unfortunately, you weren't ready for it, so you don't get a reaction.
Okay.
It's going to attack you. It's going to
I'm
hit, and it's going to
surprised.
do a bite attack on you. And it's going to hit you for. Ooh, almost max damage. 10 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Oof.
Ow.
Hold on. I'm not quite done yet.
But wait, there's more.
Plus 6 points of poison damage. And you have to give me a constitution save.
Oh,
16 on that con save.
Right. Nothing else happens. So you actually only take 3 points of poison save. That's the constitution was for that, not 6.
Sweet.
I just want to confirm that I didn't read far enough ahead. Sorry, that was my fault.
Did you need an initiative roll?
Yeah,
Rodney?
we're gonna roll initiative.
Wee. Hemo got a 13.
Nice. Flander, what'd you get?
This is
Hang
character sheets,
on,
time for spelling.
17.
Nice. Eckankar?
Got a nat 20 for a 19.
Yashar?
I got a 20 after a roll of 17.
Wrath?
What did I roll? 7.
And Finnis.
Is 6.
Oh,
We're
cool.
outside going, what are they doing?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm looking for ambushes from the outside.
I'm standing right there with you.
All right. Gishar, you hear Hemo yell out as a pair of fangs drive right into his arm as he kind of pushes the door open. Is that these fangs just go, and it's like, ah.
2 spiders.
Could have thought of such a thing.
I'm
And
gonna
I will
run through
move
the
the
door
map.
here.
And zoom in.
Here's the
So,
question.
is
Does
there
this
a roof
creature
on
look?
this building?
There is not.
Oh, okay.
It was on fire.
I was
The
gonna
roof?
say, does this creature
roof?
look
The
like?
roof was on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well, I'm still
Okay.
gonna run up to it and try. I think it gets cover here if I was gonna try to hit
Yep.
it. So,
You gets covered because of the doorway.
so is
Yes.
that a disadvantage or is it a +2?
No, it's a +2 to its armor class.
All right. So it's attacking at disadvantage and it has a +2. Got it. Well, I'm gonna try the
Booming blade.
old booming blade
All
attack
right,
again.
go ahead.
Let's see what happens. Will a 9 hit? Oh wait, sorry. Will a 7 hit?
Let me check. No.
I probably crack against the frame of the door. Well, the X frame of the X door.
All right. Gashar, you went. Eckankar, what are you gonna do? You hear this?
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back actually after that attack too.
All right. You do that. You run up to it and attack the spider.
My mobile will.
Yep, that's
will
fine.
Stop from getting an attack opportunity.
Eckankar, what are you gonna do? You hear all the commotion happening inside. They've kind of cleared
Yeah.
away the webs over time.
I'm gonna move into the position that Gashar was to attack with. Was it disadvantage or
Nope,
just?
yeah, it gets +2 to its armor class.
Okay. So I'll go for that. 15 hit.
15 is that no, because of you would have probably hit him, but that door and everything is kind of in your way, and you're just kind of you have difficulty finding a good path to get through that entryway to attack him. So you missed. You kind of
I'll
swing
take
it.
my
Flander.
second attack.
Oh, you got 2 attacks. Go for it. Yeah.
Yep.
You guys are high enough level now. You got multiple
Another
things.
miss, but I'm gonna try to shove it back 5 feet. So hopefully people can get it into the room.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say because of the cornering that you're in, you're actually gonna have disadvantage on that shove.
That's okay. That's fair.
Oh,
That's
I
only
rolled a
an
natural 20 on my defense.
eight. Yeah, nope.
Okay, what'd you roll?
I got an 8.
Yeah. The disadvantage sucks, but it's hard.
That's fair.
Yeah. Flander, what are you gonna do? Flander, you hear all the commotion back there going on. I don't even see where you're at. Where are you on the map?
I'm here.
Oh, it's right next to Hemo.
Oh, there you are.
Yep.
The number for the room is actually there, but you guys don't see that. So
He's hiding behind.
I'm actually gonna move the number to the other side so I can.
Okay.
So Flander made his stealth roll.
All right, Flander, what are you gonna do?
Okay. He's going to take a step back, and he's going to load his crossbow. I believe loading the crossbow is an action.
Oh, it's your free interact action.
Yes,
Loading.
yeah. So without crossbow expert, you're only able to load one piece of ammunition at a time, even if you're able to make multiple attacks.
Mhm. Okay. So
Yep,
I
so you
will
can make
load my
your attack.
crossbow.
Go
Yeah,
for
okay,
it.
so okay, and we'll take a shot at it. 25.
That will hit it.
Yeah.
All right, how much damage do you do to
Oh,
it?
nice.
8 points of damage.
Oh, almost max. Is that max for you?
That'd probably be maxed. Yep. We're close to it.
What does the crossbow itself do? What's its
Yeah, does that-
1d6. It's 1d6.
Yeah, and then then you have the ability
Yeah.
to use dexterity to attack with it.
Yeah, so it gets a +3.
That is
Um,
awesome.
For a thief, hit crossbow is
Okay.
Brutal. Yeah.
gold.
Cool.
Mhm.
Awesome. And Flander, anything else you're going to do? You moved up. You kind of made
Yes.
your one big attack.
Yes, I want to give a bardic inspiration to the big guy, to Eckankar.
Spider.
Thank you.
Oh,
very
not the
much.
spider. All right.
It might be bigger than me.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's a lot of ego involved in this, but okay. All right. Flander, you went. Hemo, what are you going to do? You're standing right in front of this thing. This thing had kind of just bit into your arms.
All right, I think we're gonna.
How good are you at pushing?
Start with an attack. So I'll draw my second scimitar and take a swing with my first one. Make an attack, 25 to hit.
That will hit.
That's 6 points of slashing. I'll take my second attack, 14 to hit.
That will. Oh, for you, it will hit. Yes.
Okay. Cool. That's 8 points of slashing damage.
That's awesome.
And then I'm going to take my offhand attack, 20 to hit,
That will hit.
Kill it.
7 points of slashing.
And it fails to continue breathing.
Yes.
You just kind of come in like a whirlwind. And this thing just kind of falls over.
You start
Back
panting
up.
on the back.
Gordon,
Oh, thank
torn the
God.
pages.
I was so
Yeah,
worried
you
that
know.
wasn't going to kill it.
Good job, Hemo. Pat, pat, pat.
Well, I was
You
gonna go.
tore all the pages out of its book lung.
All right. So it looks like you took care of that spider. Thankfully, that spider didn't do a whole lot of damage to people.
What
Right,
are you
looking through
talking about? Look at my arm.
You're fine. You're
Go look in
fine.
that room and see if there's any more in the ceiling.
I hold a torch into the room and
All
look
right.
for spiders on the ceiling.
The room again is also kind of covered in spider webs. Give me a perception roll. See what you see.
7. I see
right.
webs.
Right
no
now,
ceiling.
you don't know what you're going to see. I'm going to move it on to a different layer just to get the body out of the way.
Yes, and there's actually no ceiling in that room though.
Nope. You don't see anything. But the walls are kind of covering all around you. You don't see anything. No more spiders. What are you going to
there
do?
any like wrapped up kind of balls of web? Maybe some victims that might have stuff on them.
You mean food?
Food.
No, you
Spider
don't.
food.
You don't see any of. You don't see any victims in here right now.
Mm.
Oh, he's hungry.
And then
There's
is
no
that
way to
a
discover secrets?
Yeah.
just looks like webs in here to me?
Okay.
Cast,
let's go
I
then.
could cast the wand of secrets, but this place doesn't say, I mean, it
Well, can we all take a look?
Do what you want. Yeah.
Right.
What would you like to do?
I'll take a look too.
All right.
I don't see anything either.
What'd
There's
you
nothing in
roll?
here.
4. All right.
This
Well,
house is lame. Let's go.
this just looks like a storehouse, an empty storehouse, the worst kind of storehouse.
all right. What are you guys going to do? You guys are sitting in the midst of the worst kind of storehouse ever. What's your plan?
Is there a sign over this building that says dead spider storage?
No.
It should. You
It
can
should
carve
now.
it into the door.
Yeah, they say dead spiders aren't much fun.
Hemo draws a dagger and carves dead spider storage into the front door of the store.
Okay.
I'm leaving.
All right. You do that. It takes you about a minute to kind of just.
I stand in the fork over here.
Eh,
All right,
Timo has a
guys.
chuckle to himself and keeps walking down the road with the rest of the party.
What's in that building? He points southeast.
All right, you're gonna look back there. That one, as I had explained to Waif, and I'll tell you now as you get nearby, is that looks to be some kind of a ruined shop. Cluttered with this, with kind of from your angle, you can kind of see it's just an open door. You can see there's some clutter, some sagging shelves inside. That's all you can see from this area.
Maybe
Doesn't much
this
have a
is
roof.
your apothecary.
Wait for
Gonna run in.
slink over to the door. Not very well though.
All right, you're gonna try to sneak stealth.
Gashar is
I'm
not.
gonna try.
What are you stealthing at?
11.
11 stealth.
Well, maybe it's because
Well,
Gashar just follows behind
yeah, I
you
know.
without stealthing at all.
If you're
Jesus Christ.
if you're hiding from Gashar, you did it. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
Gashar,
right. What did we?
you're gonna walk up to this door. You're gonna look inside.
I thought I was following you.
Yeah.
Did you go to the entrance?
I'll look in there.
Yeah, there you go. I got your back. It's worked out really
All
well.
right, you sneak inside and you sneak into the doorway and peer in. Kind of as you kind of look inside, you notice that you kind of just take a quick step and a little piece of glass, like a little half of a bowl of something like maybe a part of a pan, and hit it goes and it shatters it right at your feet. What you see in here, shards of glass and pieces of pottery glint in the weeds and rubble next to rotten books and casks. You see a bunch of reagents in here, that kind of stuff. That's all you can really see in here. Looks like a bunch of supplies.
That's it.
Yeah,
The
but
whole
that's what
place?
that's what you see in that whole area. Yep, that whole building. It's all ruined in here. That's all you can see. Feel free to if you want to take a look, but
I'll take a quick.
you're gonna
search
go
in there.
inside, put yourself inside.
Yeah.
Much better for me to kill you when you're actually inside my trap.
Is there a ceiling on this one?
No.
Ah,
Is this the
Ooh.
apothecary you were looking for?
I do not know. I'm going to look though.
Give me a perception roll.
16.
All right.
I'll come in and I'll look too.
All right. You looking around in here, and what you see is behind this little, what was probably at one time the counter.
Mhm.
It's been mostly just worn away just by weather,
Sure.
the rain and weather itself. But behind it, you peer behind it, and you can see what it looks to be a box, like a treasure chest, like a strong box that somebody would have. But it looks like this thing has been torn apart. When you look at it, you can see something with very large claws ripped it apart.
Char looks at his claws. He sort of matches them up to the thing. They look like they're bigger than his own.
It does. It looks like it. They're probably 50% bigger than you.
All right.
He'll state the obvious at you. These are bigger than mine.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. So she's like, the dragon has it.
Good idea.
What is this necklace we're trying to find in here again?
It was a trinket that someone said we could have. So
Myrna Dundrar, when you rescued her from the under Trisander Manor, said that she didn't have anything of value that anymore because, of course, you had her husband's magic item. But she would be happy to tell you that her family had an heirloom that they had passed from generation to generation. When they left Thundertree, at the point when Thundertree was overwhelmed by the explosion of Mount Hotnu and the undead raining down terror on them, they fled. They left behind their one heirloom, and she said you could find it in her apothecary.
well, let's not hear anymore. Let's
Well,
Is this the apothecary?
I
Certain?
cast my wand of secrets. It'd be a shame to just maybe that was a decoy box. I don't know.
All right, and what does the wand of secrets allow you to find?
I'm gonna step into the building, and it's going to show me the nearest secret door or trap within 30 feet. So it looks like
They're 10-foot squares.
pretty much just this building.
Yep. You cast the spell. You can't.
And maybe the side of that
radiates.
building too.
Could hit half of this building too.
Okay, yeah, I guess this building too.
It radiates out, and nothing more.
It doesn't seem like she tried to bury it anywhere else. So yeah, it was probably in the box.
I think it was in the box.
What's in the box?
Right. She'll once again look through her owl's eyes, and we're gonna send the owl up here. Oh, I can easily reach the manor.
This
So-
room is actually this. I will raise the location for people watching. You want to look up in this area.
Also, if these areas don't have any roofs, I can see down into it, right?
I have been explaining to you what you saw. yeah.
Okay.
I've been describing what you've been able to see. So if you look over in here, this I've already explained to you what this was. This has a roof on it right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, this does not, and this does not. As you look down into those areas, you see nothing of. They just look like trees and rocks and
Okay, it's roofs.
yeah, some of the buildings are like the shells only like the walls are 4 to 10 feet tall. That's all you see.
Yeah, just ruins. And there's that statue.
Yep, and you see that's the leaning statue that I described before.
So I'm gonna park the bird right on the statue.
All right.
Does it stay up?
Yes, it does.
Good.
And then I'll
I'll return back. You'll return back to your normal state.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What are you all going to do?
How do we get to the southeast part of town?
We just go this way, southeast, right?
Did any of those in the southern corner, do those have roofs?
This has a roof on it here as well. This is
Right.
completely, and you
Over-
can see by the like if there's a jittery line around it, you can see that it doesn't have a roof, and if it's
Okay.
like this one has a roof, this one does not. It may be difficult to see just by
Right.
watching it, but I'll
That's
help.
fine.
All right, Finnis, as you walk
Yes.
up here, you can see inside of here there's a collection of about 6 of those sticky creatures standing in there. They're
In
just
that
standing there
large patch of
quietly.
woods.
Yeah, they're just standing there without moving.
I'll notify everybody. There's more of these. What did the man call them? Twig blights in this patch over here. Be, I guess, aware.
Why aren't they attacking or fleeing or anything?
Are they nocturnal?
It's a good question.
I don't
Do
know
we
anything about
anything
a
about these
twig.
things.
Twig blight.
Right, I said ignore them.
12 nature check. Twig blight.
All right, you do a 12 nature check. You know that these creatures can operate at night. That when they're immobile, they're almost impossible to tell from a tree. So they have a very high advantage for hiding.
Passive
However,
hiding.
your excellent vision has allowed you to see them, kind of make them out within the forest itself. They can be very dangerous in large numbers,
in large numbers, sure.
but by
How many
themselves.
have I clocked so far? Like the,
you-
guys back over in the
The one you saw
building?
you saw 2 over there right now, and then you see about 6, I believe, if I count them correctly.
Okay. I'll let everybody know how many I think I see, and just it might be nocturnal only, but we shouldn't let them overwhelm us if they decide we're not friendly.
I know Rydoff said he was crashing here, but I don't know about spending the night in Thundertree.
He is in a secure building. We'll make sure we get to a secure building at nightfall.
He said we could stay there.
Well, I mean, I don't think he would say anything regardless. He doesn't say much at all.
Should we burn the twig blights?
Not
Uh,
without provocation, I guess.
He said, "Don't worry about them."
What have you done with Wrath?
Yeah, right.
All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Southeast. Come.
Well, I'd like to check out this building first before we move on.
That is south,
Absolutely.
but okay.
All right, you want to go south in that building? I'm gonna roll the map for everyone to see around it.
Is there there were windows on one of these buildings. Is there anything I can peek in before trying a door?
You should knock.
You see a wide chimney and a rotted piles of firewood jumbled outside the walls of this sagging building, suggesting that it was a smithy in its day.
Oh.
You see just the walls and the doors right now. You can certainly open it and rush inside, and
Because Hemo rushes in.
I've got your
Can
back.
I don't know. Can I just
You
open
know
the
that
door? and
Hemo is
look?
Elven or Elvish for fools.
It could
They're
be.
gonna say Leroy.
For fools rush in.
Well, you gotta assume it's full of +1 magic items, right?
Yes,
I'm hoping it is. I open the door and look in.
I dodge.
you're gonna would you say you dodge?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
It's funny. Okay. All right. You push open the door of this presumed smithy, pushing your way inside. Inside, as you push, you kind of push against a weird, small,
Fleshy.
about 1 to 2 inch thick patches of ash. You kind of push it, and the ash just kind of just slides. You kind of push the door, slides. What are you going to do right now? You just kind of, and you look in, you see that this one room, which was probably at one time a smithy, stares back at you, coated with this ash. You can see a variety of old tools, tongs, bellows, hammers, and a pair of iron anvils are scattered around the interior of this building.
I guess I'll
Hammer time.
dig around in the tools. See if I can find anything that's a weapon or something. Or
All right,
maybe
what I
could
need
just-
you to do is, first of all, since you were looking inside, I want you to give me a perception roll, please.
I'm behind them. Can I do that too?
No, you have to get in the doorway before he.
10 perception.
Okay, so you have a passive of 11 though, right?
Yeah, I've got a passive of 12.
Okay, so you have a 12. All right, cool. So go ahead and move yourself into the room.
Okay,
Hello, housekeeping.
you expose the fog of
I
war.
will.
Would there be maybe enough tools in here to be called a set of blacksmithing tools? Could I pick some up?
You
Put 'em
probably
on.
could make enough to make yourself a blacksmithing tool set for sure. All right, you walk into the
Not
room and
proficient
you're going to
enough.
start searching through the smithing supplies, see what you can find.
Sure. I guess I'm more looking for weapons. I'm not
Okay.
really proficient with tools.
All right. So you walk in and you begin looking for weapons. And it's at that point that we roll initiative.
Oh,
I'll describe what happens after we roll initiative.
20 initiative.
Way to go. Gashar, what'd you get?
Not this
11.
time, giant spider.
Eckankar.
I got 15.
Nice. Flander.
21.
Nice. Pulling out the big guns. All right, Wrath, what'd you get?
13.
13. And then Finnis.
With 5.
Nice. You've been just crushing it.
This is on top of it today.
So you remember hearing about ash and zombies, right?
That's what he's looking for. None of this other stuff.
You don't remember that? Okay.
I don't
Which
remember
one?
any
Oh my
action
God.
zombies.
Yeah.
I thought you all remembered that.
All right. So what's going to happen is from the piles of ash rise up these skeletal creatures. They kind of shake off the ash as they stand up and come to their feet. You see that they look They look to be the animated dead themselves, just kind of lumbering out from their bottoms, from their stomachs. You see that kind of guts kind of leaning out, and they're just kind of as their guts sway, you can see ash just kind of trickling out from inside of them.
This is bad.
Yeah, they're as they open their mouth, you see ash and goo just kind of bubbling up from their mouths themselves. See little puffs of ash all around them as they lumber forward. You see two of them come lumbering out.
Kite them out.
So you see the two of them appear. However, Flander, right away, they just kind of pop. They just start rising up. They didn't surprise anybody. They moved fairly slow, and they weren't really hiding as much as just laying within the dust. Flander, you hear them inside kind of doing something from the distance. What are you going to do?
I'm going to move up to about here.
Make sure you count at the squares correctly. Okay. Yep. Yep.
And I'm going to cast. I'm going to give Gashar Bardic Inspiration.
Gashar, you are inspired by the heart of
D8 now?
Flander. Yeah.
Where's the D6?
It's a D. What's it for inspiration for you? Is it D8 or is it
D8 now,
D6? I think it's a D8.
It's a D8 now.
Chemo, what are you going to do? You see these zombie creatures just kind of rising up.
Is there a roof?
There is a roof on this. Yeah, it's a sagging roof. Yes. They kind of move. They lumbering forward.
I just kick a big cloud of ash in one of their faces and turn and run out the door.
All right, take that, ash creatures. All right, where are you going to run to?
10, 20,
Bravely ran away.
30. If I just make a move action, and can I turn around and ready to throw a firebolt if a zombie comes out the door? And say, Gashar, we'll get them out here.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, I ready a firebolt to shoot a zombie.
Perfect.
The ashen zombie.
The spell is already cast. It's in my hand. It
All right.
stays until
Eckankar, what are you going to do? You hear from the distance, Flander yelling out inspirations. You see, you can hear Hemo casting spells.
Yeah,
see-
I'm just
Hear
gonna-
Gashar squinting.
Yeah, I'm just going to rush in to here.
All right.
Wait, let them come out.
Yep.
Okay, you're right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, Wrath. Show us some Wrath. What are you going to do? Where are you up? Are you up in the doorway up there?
I can see both of them. I'm assuming right now, right?
I will
Yeah.
I'll tell them. I'll tell everybody.
I will
to
run out and ready an Eldritch Blast and like, what did you see?
There are two.
zombies. Found them.
Gashar, what are you going to do?
Very good.
Oh, it's so tempting to run in there, hit one, and run back out.
Go for it.
I know, right?
You are mobile.
I know I am. I'm gonna do the smart thing now and step to here and ready a. It's a cantrip, so already a booming blade attack with my quarterstaff.
Nice.
If a zombie comes in, reach.
All right. First thing that's going to happen is that this zombie is going to move out. It's going to move out to here. That's the first thing it's going to do before it takes an action. Now you guys have
There's
some
three
so-
ready attacks.
So
at
the
least.
first person who gets to go, Flander, then Hemo, then Ek. So I think then
Sure.
Wrath, and then Gashar. So Wrath gets to go. Or who is any? Hemo gets to go first. Hemo, what are you gonna do? Fire at that thing?
Yeah, I fire the firebolt.
Go for it. What
It's
armor
gonna be a
class?
15 to hit.
15 to hit will hit. How much damage do you do to this thing?
8 points of fire damage. Does it do any?
8 points of fire damage?
Yep.
Does it absorb it and become stronger?
That would be awesome. I should have thought of that.
It's
I hate when
yeah,
that happens.
That'd be great if they start like firing off.
I know, right?
They get stronger and stronger.
He said that, and sometimes Alan will say like, "Oh, I should have thought of that," and then literally that's actually what happens. He's just messing with us.
No, they take the fire damage. However, once that happens, I need both Eckankar and Gashar
Oh,
to both give me a Constitution savings throw.
Oh no. I got a 14.
I'm double
Nice.
checking. I believe that I have to make saving throws at a disadvantage when I'm in the
Sunlight, yes.
sunlight. Attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
Yeah.
And you said Constitution, yes.
Yep.
I got a 10.
Okay, and what happens when you hit this thing? As you strike it with that fire thing, it explodes in a volley of ash all around you. The two of you are able to kind of deflect your eyes, kind of move your faces out of the way, and you're not able. You don't have anything that actually happens to you. All right, now
Did
the
they
next
get
person,
blinding dust or something.
you don't know what happens until they fail.
There's like
Yeah, it just kind of bursts out.
I'm just like they avert their eyes.
Yeah, they
maybe.
kind of like they kind of duck. It could maybe it's going to get in their mouth. Maybe it's made their
Something.
eyes.
Got
You
it.
know, but
Ears.
that is now Wrath. Wrath is your turn.
Is it there or was it destroyed?
Nope, it's still there.
Mm,
Well,
here comes another con
Uh,
save.
19
Mhm.
That will hit.
for 7 force damage.
All right,
I assume necrotic doesn't do any damage.
all right.
The hex isn't. I haven't transferred that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
got it, got it,
yeah.
got it.
So I'm
So you
not-
made your attack. Yours.
Yep, and then 16 for the second bolt for 6 points of hex or force damage.
Nice job. Boom. Good
And I'm
job.
using my new wand.
Gashar, it
That's
is
what the
your.
purple one is.
Oh, sorry. Now it gets to go. It runs forward.
Oh,
It
no, I
takes
did
a
have it
lot
ready.
of damage.
I did have a ready to attack though. You're right about that.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
So it's the booming blade one. I'll do my staff.
Go for it.
Let's see if and this is a disadvantage. Is a 12 hit?
A 12 hits. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So 6 bludgeoning, and there's the 1d8 thunder, or another 6 points.
Nice. God damn.
Total of 12. Right.
Total 12 points damage. Yes.
All right. It is destroyed. It just kind of crumbles into dust
It's ash
and floats away.
pile in the air. Don't breathe that.
Yeah, don't breathe that. All right. All right. And then
The second one
the second one comes running out as well. I have to keep moving these levels drive me nuts. All right. It's gonna come running out to here. Boom. And it's going to attack. He has its choice. Ooh, it's Ash Zombie Choice Night.
It's friggin' buffet
a
of
shark.
buffet.
He's attacking you.
Eek.
It tries to use a slam attack at you. It is going to hit armor class 15.
Hold on 1 second.
You haven't turned on your magic.
He doesn't have his
I
armor on
didn't,
yet.
but I am armor class 15, so meet it.
You are
meet
hit
it.
for 5 points of bludgeoning
Ouch.
damage as it slams you.
Okay.
Boom. All right.
It's
That
not as bad
brings
as
us
it used to be for sure.
brings us
It's
to
like-
Finnis.
Why didn't I put my mage armor on?
This is like, oh shit. He runs down he can get down to here. And he'll cast Sacred Flame on the zombie. He's got
All
a
right.
dex saving throw, 15 or 14.
14 savings throw.
Yep.
I rolled a natural 20. I make the save.
Yeah, roll 20s then, not when you attack. Let's
That's fair.
All right.
And
So
that's it.
you all right, cool. That is awesome. That brings us to Flander. Flander, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
Are you eating?
Crossbow.
He's got like a steak dinner. He's just cutting it up. We're gonna start calling. We'll start calling you right off.
He was just eating mid conversation.
Nice.
What'd you do?
21 with the hand crossbow.
21.
All right, you strike it with the hand crossbow.
Yep.
All right, how much
4.
damage do you do?
4 points of piercing damage.
All right, it takes its 4 points of piercing damage and explodes in a cloud of dust.
No.
Not again.
Let's have both Eckankar and Gashar roll their Constitution saves.
I got a 19.
Nice job.
Got a 5.
Uh-oh.
All right,
Kishar's like, this one didn't blow.
Gashar.
Spores all over.
When that ash explodes, it gets hit by the thing, boom, expires all over the place. When it does, all that stuff gets inside of your nose, inside of your eyes, all that ash. It just starts burning and just your eyes start watering. It's like sucking in jalapeno peppers, right? It's just like ash
that's
is
not
all
good.
burning. Yeah, and
You mean ghost
right
peppers?
now,
Ow.
Right now, for the
Rogue
next-
scorpion peppers.
for the next minute, you're going to gain disadvantage on attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
Ooh,
Again,
So
is that
nothing.
I don't have to roll
nothing's
3
changed.
times.
nothing happens.
But even in the dark, if I go into the dark, I'll still have to do it
For the next minute.
Yeah.
God, I'm glad. I thought I was gonna have to turn into like a were-zombie or something.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was funny that he failed because
Yeah,
basically nothing happens.
Now you got to roll 4 times now.
Your vision
It
goes
wasn't in my
dark.
eyes.
The
Oh,
shark
right.
coughs a bunch of times and he rubs his eyes and he's just like you see ash spewing back out of his lungs. Leans against the building.
All right, I believe that was Flander. Hemo, what are you gonna do?
It's still up, right?
Yeah.
Gesha, are you okay?
No.
We'll have to edit that out. Pretty gross.
He's not feeling good.
Um,
You've seen a dragonborn with allergies? It's not cute.
Oh God, he's gonna sneeze lightning straight through the zombie and Eckankar.
Oh no.
Okay,
Right at me.
Hemo, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna. Oh, I really don't
again?
want to. I could just firebolt again. I guess it worked.
Do you want to
Let's-
run up there and like breathe some stuff in?
No, actually, suddenly being back here seemed like a great idea. 15 to
I
hit
know,
on a
right?
firebolt.
Okay, what did you? Do I have to make a saving throw or you attack? 15?
That's a ranged spell attack. So
All right,
15
you
to
hit it. How much damage do you do to it?
11 points of fire.
Nice. All right, you hit it. Boom. Fire goes off. That is Eckankar. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to hit it. Let's
Go for
I'm
it.
sorry.
That's a 22 to hit.
That will hit. How much damage do you do to it?
6 points of bludgeoning.
All right, still up. That you kind of
Right.
you the fire hits it. You kind of swing by. You kind of use your weapon and smack it. It kind of bounces into the door back out of what it came from. Ping pongs between the door frames and reaches out to crawl at you again. Make your second attack.
Let's go.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Oh my goodness! All right,
All right. So
what happens to this zombie when you destroy it?
okay, so it's made of ash. I imagine I hit it sideways so it bashes back and then just fully down on its head, like completely through it as it's like turning to ash as I'm like smacking down through it.
I'm thinking of the
Pounded
ash kind
into
of
the
swirling,
earth like a steak.
Yeah.
falling out. That's awesome. Sweet, good job. I'll take it back. Coach. Thanks.
There we go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, sir. All right. We will drop out of combat unless you trigger something else to happen. What are you guys going to do?
Oh,
Flander's going to hold his crossbow up, showing it to Wrath, going, "It works."
That's good.
Yeah,
he
All right.
was gonna run up to Geshar with his water skin and be like, "I am so sorry. I didn't know it was going to explode in ash. Here, have some water. Can I?
still coughing.
Is it in
Yeah.
your eyes? Can I rinse it out of your? Are you? Oh God. Oh geez.
I
I'm
use my
fine.
shield. I'm trying to like blow it away from him.
Oh
He'll take
man.
the water assistance while he claims he's fine.
Yeah, I just gotta rub. Okay. You can wait. It'll be there for about a minute. You can wait, or you can rush into that building and trigger something else if you'd like.
Yeah, maybe there's more inside. Come on, let's kill them.
Yeah, that was
it's not
fun.
gonna hurt you.
It doesn't.
Well, inside it might be dim.
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
better in there.
You walk in and you're right now equally effective for the next half a minute, but you can walk into the darkness. All right. This is an old smithy. You can see
Yeah,
that a
Hemo's
variety
gonna
of old
finish his
tools,
search.
tongs, bellows, hammers, and a pair of iron anvils are scattered around the interior of this building.
I take the anvils.
What are you gonna do with
I'm
them?
just kidding.
I can see him walking through the dungeon with him in his arms, just like he's got like just carrying him.
The least likely thing to be able to take with us.
You can drop it on top of Wile E. Coyote.
Yep. Yeah. I just look around the room. Hemo, what did you want?
I don't know. Maybe there was a weapon in here. Maybe
Give me a perception roll to search what's it to see if you can find anything inside here.
17. Now that
look
I'm
around.
not distracted by zombies.
Yeah, you look around now that there's no zombies in it, and this place looks like it just has these old tools, and most of them look pretty worn. Tongs, bellows, hammers, and a pair of iron anvils. Now, maybe you could tie anvils to the feet of somebody and then push them over a cliff or something. It might be a great weapon.
Or hit them with the anvil. That would do a lot of
Or
damage.
drop it on
Imagine a
somebody's
massive
head.
warhammer with an anvil at the end of it.
See, now you're thinking. That's a lot of damage.
It's a D13.
That's awesome.
All right.
All right. Well, what are you
Well,
guys
we'll
gonna do?
leave.
You've seen to kind of clean out this smithy.
No. Let's go.
I consider maybe throwing wrenches at enemies, but
What's in
or
here?
tongs or whatever.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge
You
a
can dodge a
turbo.
ball. Yeah. You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a hemo.
Waits for 48
That's
more
awesome.
seconds and then goes and looks at the next building.
All right. Which building are you going to go to? That one? Okay. Heading over to that building, you look inside of it and you see that it is pretty much just a big shrub or tree that has been that is growing in the center of it. Doesn't appear to have anything of value inside of it. It's just empty. Feel free to search, but that's what you immediately see.
I'll dodge and then walk through.
All right. You dodge and walk through. What are you going to do?
What's on the other side?
Probably the chicken.
No,
He's-
that's the
He
road.
crossed the.
He draws the room and now he's on the
Across
other
the
side. Yeah. No, you look out and you see that just building here, and I'll kind of read that description of that building as you look into it. It's not like the other buildings in the fact that it's mostly whole here. You see that the small house, a small farmhouse appears to be just another empty home at a glance. However, all the doors are shut and windows shuttered.
Suspicious.
What
Curtis
are you
points
going
and
to
says
do?
suspicious. Shall we knock again? What do you think, Emo?
I think this might be the place where all the cultists are hanging out.
Yeah, this is
Maybe I should
likely
introduce
it.
myself.
Just
All right.
wait
to
a second. Let's go take
call around
a
the
look
corner here
first.
and hide.
All right. What do
Yeah,
you give me?
Hemo would
18.
All right.
Flander will also hide.
All right. Give me your hide, Flander.
23.
All right. You are now hidden. So you think.
Can Hemo say to Geshar before he's gonna sneak too, but before he leaves, can he say to Geshar, actually, if you just sit tight, we'll go take a look, and maybe if these guys are dragon cultists, maybe they'll be more welcoming to you.
Yes, I should go say hi.
But wait, we don't. They're just as likely to jump out and stab you. So we're gonna go have a look. You're
Thank you for
very
reminding
large.
me. He says thank you for reminding him, and then he'll engage his mage armor sash.
All right. When you do so, you see the brilliant, soon
The hair.
red hair goes, radiates out.
That feels better.
Man,
Rubs
you
the silk
would
off.
you
He
would
does
look
look
good
good.
in a sun hat.
Not so good.
You'll look fabulous, darling. All right. What are you guys going to do?
So,
Hemo wants
go
to
introduce myself.
step away from the building a ways and just like sneak around the outside, sort of case it, looking for windows or back entrances or any movement.
All right. There is a window that is right here for sure. And there is, as you walk around, you can see a window back here. I think those are the only two windows you see. Then they're both heavily shuttered. Oh, there's one window here as well.
How many party members are going around the outside? Around the outside? Around the outside?
One high forest elf goes around the outside.
Yeah, I was circling around, just
Oh,
flying around.
Okay. You're almost doing circles. All right. You walk up. You're going to the door?
They told me to wait.
All right. What are you guys going to do as you see Gashar anxiously waiting?
can I try to sneak up to that back window and like listen?
Sure. Give me there's nothing you can't do. I'll just give you a difficulty on trying it.
You blow up the whole building.
Except maybe drop a 300-foot cliff. Maybe. You could probably do it. Good luck.
Oh
Where's
man, I got a
Eckankar?
23 to stealth.
All right. You got a 23. I got to make that down. Okay.
Oh yeah, Eckankar is
Okay.
off the map. Where'd he go?
What are you guys going to do?
Do I hear anything at the window?
Which window did you go to?
You said there was like a back window as
Yep.
I was casing the joint.
Right here. Yep. And I will
Put my ears up to the shutters.
you listen in. You hear muttered voices within, several of them. You can make out probably 2 or 3 different voices randomly talking sporadically. They're not having a heavy conversation. They're having random words back and forth. They seem to be speaking in a different language. What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, and Gnomish.
None of those languages are being spoken inside this room.
Okay. I'd like to sneak away from the window and go back to where Geshar is waiting.
Give me a how about just give me an intelligence history roll.
Okay. 19 on my history.
Though you don't know the language, you're pretty certain that they are speaking Draconic.
That's what I
Ooh.
was going to introduce myself with, anyways.
I think we've probably like heard Geshar speaking Draconic at this point.
Right.
So
You have actually two the other Dragonborn in Phandalin.
Like,
okay. So
though I don't know many of the Chinese languages, and if one of them are speaking, I wouldn't know necessarily which one, but I could probably tell you it's most likely a Chinese language. That's the best I could come up with. That's what you're kind of coming up with. Like, it's probably Chinese of some sort. You're just saying the same thing with Draconic.
but there's as many Draconic dialects as there are colors of dragon scale.
Yep, there are many different flavors of Draconic too. Yep. So
I sneak back to Geshar.
all right, you come sneaking around back to Gashar. Waif is still waiting against the. I'm picturing. I'm like at the Emperor's new groove. Ooh. People are walking by. He's doing his own music. Do 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 do. One of the best movies ever. I love that one. All right, what are you gonna do now? You've regrouped.
Geshar, there's people in there. They're speaking Draconic.
What did they say?
I do something in Draconic. I don't know. It seemed like
That's
they
not
were,
very helpful.
I don't know, like arguing or chanting or something. It didn't sound quite like a conversation.
All right, I'll go introduce myself.
Wait, Gashar, do you want to go by yourself, or do you want me to go with you just in case something happens?
Why don't I think I will go say hello, and I will say, I am here as the new dragon. Wait, Venom Fang. Yes, that was the name. I am the new Venom Fang. Please show me your treasure hoard.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's the best plan.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think people usually just give away treasure hoards. I'm no dragon, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it goes.
Wait, what if we really play it up and we get Flander to cast enlarge on him again? It might
Oh.
work.
This was a good idea.
And if things go south, he'll be ready.
How
You
many
can give him an
times
inspiration for when he really tries to ham it up. It'll be
would you be able to enlarge
story.
Geshar? We may have to fight a dragon today. Will you be able to enlarge Geshar again?
I could.
Okay, then maybe we just keep that in the back of our minds. I have a
That's a
file
really good
of
idea.
protection of poison that I'm hanging on to for the dragon fight. Just yeah.
Yes, thanks for giving me that potion of resistance earlier. Might come in handy.
I mean, other than asking them to show me my new hoard, what else do we want to know from them?
Wow, he's already in character, saying it's his already. Wow.
Time for the dragon shift change.
Truly.
Well,
You know more
so
about
that's-
it than we would, Geshar.
Do we want anything else from them?
Well, don't believe the idiot.
Um,
You hear from Shrub.
Yeah. The shrug just starts moving.
Oh, yes, that is right.
that plant had a good idea. If we can get him to leave, then we can deal with the dragon on our own terms.
Okay.
All right. Well, tell me what you're gonna do.
Are you going to do the enlarge?
No.
We can,
I can do
do
this
we want
normal.
to do the enlarge?
We don't
I
need it.
just really want to see it happen.
I think
Yeah. I was like,
If
thematically,
these-
yes. Tactically, no.
You do not need
if
to
these
waste time.
are dragon worshippers, I'm sure a giant dragon would be quite the sight for them. Or a large dragon born.
It seems Kashar has already made that decision.
Oh,
for
he's doing
us.
it. He's
As
large
we're all
enough.
talking about this, he's walking
Knock
up to
on the door.
He's 6'6". He's
I'll go over
large
and I
enough.
bang on the door as loud as you can do.
Gotta see
Oh,
this.
no.
Remember, don't play poker with them. You suck at
Open
gambling.
this door immediately.
All right. When you do so, you say if you say P5 fun, you get a.
He
You
says
get
it's in Draconic. Open
You
this door
get
immediately.
advantage.
In
Yeah.
Draconic.
All right. You go up and pound on the door. It doesn't take long until the door is open. You
Four
see
ogres come out.
two soldiers, two men sitting there wearing these weird black masks that radiate all over they're kind of like crowns or faces of a black mask that kind of cover half their face. They radiate this kind of black metal kind of mask that they have. They wear black long cloaks over the top of their dark armor. The man opens the door. He wields with him some kind of a glaive in his hand.
Mhm.
He stands there with his companion. They look at you, and one of them looks and says,
How tall are they?
"They're normal, medium size, like somewhere around 6 feet, plus or minus a couple of inches."
So I'm a
here and
little
there.
taller than them, probably.
Yeah.
Right.
They look at you, and the one looks up at you and says, "Yes."
So before they get much off, I will say, I am the new Dragon Fang. I am here. Now, come outside.
no.
The what dragon fang?
I am the new Venom Fang. Come outside now.
You must just like
We must talk about my
damn
horde.
it.
And we must talk about your presence. You are securing this town.
Can I see them?
You are securing this town.
Can I see them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hex. I'm gonna hex the guy he's talking to and his wisdom.
The one of
wisdom
them.
skill check.
Yep, that's fine.
Come outside now.
What I would like you to do
Oh my god.
is I would like you to give me
this is ridiculous.
give me a diplomacy roll. Try.
No.
You're going to try to negotiate with him, right?
Yeah.
So try to give me a
Is that
persuasion.
persuasion?
Yeah.
Can only go well.
He has
Uh,
disadvantage on
12.
this roll.
Yep. I rolled 2 12s. Now let's see. I rolled literally 2 12s. So
12s.
now
I was like, oh, this is
let's
working.
let's find
I
out.
do have Bardic Inspiration from the Bard. I'm going to add my Bardic Inspiration to it. So I got another 3. I'm at 15.
All right, let's see what I got for my bonuses here. I got to see what they have.
But they are hexed against their
One of
All
them
right.
is one of them.
Checks,
The one he's
right?
talking to.
You
directly.
telling me you want to talk about the dragon horde?
Yes.
All right.
And then I say, and you're securing this town. I'm just like peppering them with questions.
They look at you and they say, "Have you visited Venom Fang?"
He is gone.
He's not gone.
There's the sound of
Look at
a
you. He says,
resounding
"He's not
face
gone.
palm from the building across
Are
the
you-
street.
Would you like us to go speak
Slap,
with him?"
slap, 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 slap.
Are you here looking for him?
I told you I am taking over this town.
Then we should go speak with him.
Hmm,
You are not a dragon.
it's true. I still have my horde, and I demand it now.
He looks at you. They look at each other. They look back at you. And they look
Come
at
outside.
each other.
Come outside.
They look back at you.
Come outside. We will talk.
Timo, when
They
do we
walk
jump
out.
in?
They walk out, and they're not quite sure what's going on. They'll walk out here, and they look at you, and they leave the door open behind them, and they stare at you, and they say, they first make a, okay, they stare at you, and they say, if you wish to go speak to Venom Fang, you should do so. We have not spoken with him yet.
Ever?
We are watching for our opportunity. Are you part of the community?
You
They're
do
kinda
the
looking at
secret
you like-
handshake.
They're kind of looking at you like, what's going
Are you
on
a
here?
Mason?
Is there a secret handshake or something?
You won their, you won their diplomacy on them. Like they're coming outside, they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're kind of like not sure because you said you were something and now you're not. They're not sure what you are.
Your new orders are to leave town.
From who?
From me. I am the new Venom Fang. I told you this already.
They look at each other.
Are you dumb?
They look at each other and they go. Then they kind of look past you toward the tower. Then look at each other.
I'll look up at the tower too.
Venom Fang is like the new Dread Pirate Roberts. So you gotta
Yeah.
hand it off.
Do I see anybody in the tower? Any dragons
This
in the
one
tower?
moves back and disappears.
I'll
down
step
here.
into the doorway here at this point.
Yeah, he disappears down into the darkness, and you hear somebody calling out, "Fabric, Fabric, there's a new dragon or something here." There's a new what? There's a new. He wants his horde or something. He wants his. You're an idiot. All right.
Well, he's certainly not making the best decisions right now in his life. Oh, he should avoid major life decisions for
All
the
right.
next
Out,
8 hours.
out from the shadows.
7 hours.
Out from the shadows comes another one of these men. He walks out. He himself is still carrying a staff. He has the same type of look, but he has around his neck a silver necklace. And he walks up to you and he looks up at you and he tells you, he says, "I am Fabric. Who are you?"
I said to your companion that I am the new Venom Fang.
Told you.
Ken, we're still hiding, right?
They're not even looking at you. They're just
We're
looking
not
at
even really hiding. We're just standing in the ruins across the street, just a jaw agape.
And I have told your companion here. I have asked if you are guarding this town, and I've said that your new orders are to leave.
Why we're here to observe Venom Fang.
That's what I was afraid of. Watching me. What is it you are trying to observe?
Well, we're trying. You're not even a dragon.
He just growls. Lightning.
You're a dragon
spits
born.
across his lips there.
He looks back at his companion who's behind him. He's not even a dragon born. And this one looks over at you and it says, "Well, he looks like kind of a dragon." Oh my. I don't know what you're doing here, sir.
What are you doing here?
We told you we're here to observe. We represent a
The
cult.
Lollipop Guild?
We represent, did you say that?
No.
We represent a cult that is here to observe the dragon, and we wish to make contact with the dragon. We will find a way in which we will become a communal resident with the dragon, and we will take it under our wing, or we under his wing. However, the dragon seems it. But the dragon
Actually-
has not yet come out.
Actually, Waif will come out now.
All right, you can walk out. Where are you gonna do? Where are you gonna put yourself?
She's like, you wish to make contact with the dragon. She's like out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
This
It
demon
looks-
child.
Look, the one with the red spot with the necklace looks over and says, "How many more of you out there?"
We have you surrounded.
Okay.
I guess if
they're
he
not
comes
hostile,
out,
yeah. Wait.
yeah, Ek is gonna come out as well.
All right, he starts seeing you guys emerge out of the mist. It's just like
Hey,
a group.
We've been here the whole time.
You do know that that one is leaving. Yes,
What one?
that one. He points up at the tower.
Leaving? What do you? He's just arrived here a few months ago. He's just establishing his horde. He's establishing his lair. That's what they
My
do.
horde.
This is ridiculous. I don't know.
So okay.
You can say, go ahead.
She like pushing him back a little bit. Okay. So now,
Okay, you're gonna push him out of the way a little bit.
No,
A
he
little
doesn't-
bit.
He doesn't
This
move.
Yeah, he's not moving. You're like,
not that much weaker.
No.
So who are you again now? What are you doing? Why? What information?
oh, must I start again? I swear I should put this on a card. We are not
Paperwork.
interested in you. We hope to I myself am Fabric, and I come here to speak and parley with the dragon. Now we must approach the dragon calmly and with great compassion, and we must understand that the dragon himself will kill us if we show weakness, but if we show too much strength, he will kill us anyway. It is a very delicate balance to approach. We have been watching and waiting to see his patterns.
Or just eat you.
So this is fascinating. I've been wanting to do this with another dragon. There's another dragon in the area, by the way. Do you know this?
As the dragon's mate, Venom Fang has a mate.
It's the white dragon. Do they mate outside of their colors?
No.
So there's a white dragon in the area.
Well, this is news to me.
So where are you from again?
Where am I from? I am from the north. I've traveled down here to meet and parley with this dragon.
On behalf of
A specific unnamed cult. Thank you.
You're a bunch of fanboys.
dragon tattoos.
So
The
he
dragon
said,
bros, man.
yeah, their masks are these black masks with these, like, it almost looks like they're wearing like dragon masks, half dragon masks. They have these black cloaks that look like almost like dragon wings, as they're kind of like with the flopping, and they wear
Scale armor.
They
no,
look
not-
really, really handmade, like kind of bad
Oh,
cosplay
for sure.
kinda.
for sure.
They're like, yeah, poor boy cosplay.
I'll tell you what kind of armor they're wearing. They are wearing, if I can find the core sheet here,
Scale
looks like they have,
would be thematically appropriate.
yes, the LL, but it would be awesome. But it looks like they are not wearing any armor specifically. Looks
Sweet.
like they're just wearing like their leathers or
Costumes.
whatever.
So, okay. So you think this dragon has been displaced from somewhere and is now establishing a lair here?
He must have come from somewhere. Why would he leave the forest to stay in this tower? And we want to know why. So we are going to establish contact as soon as we feel that the dragon himself is felt at home here. Let him get his feet, per se. He's been here a few months. A few months to a dragon is nothing. But you can already feel the corruption, can't you? Look around. The corruption with the dragon being here, this green dragon. Already you see the greenery. This greenery wasn't here but a few months ago. Where the dragon goes, it builds the forest. It corrupts it, twists it. Glorious, is it not?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
All right. So
Perhaps I would like to offer an alliance then.
at least informationally, sure.
Perhaps we both could approach this dragon, and together we may allow us to parley and speak with it.
All right,
Perhaps,
let's go.
perhaps
All right,
we
you ready to
excel.
go? You all ready? Let's go.
Oh, yes.
We're all
Alright.
speaking in Draconic, right?
Oh, it's not. They're not speaking in Draconic. They're
They went to
speaking in
Common?
Common. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't speak Draconic.
That's what I was wondering all of a sudden.
yeah. No, they're just speaking. They're just. They were clearly speaking to each other, or some number were speaking to each other.
All right, I guess Hemo will jump out then.
All right. He says, "Oh, then, well, we probably. I mean, we could go right now. I mean, if you wanted to, I suppose. I mean,
Either shit or get off the pot.
What do you
I've told
want
Derek
this?
this many times.
See, let's go.
What do you want this dragon to do? What do you want to understand why it's here? Yeah, but what then?
We're going to serve it.
Oh, you'll just give
We're going to
yourself
create an
over to a
alliance.
dragon? That
We're
easy?
creating an alliance, and it will serve us, and we will serve it. And that is what an alliance is.
You know, this is what I kind of wanted to do with the White Dragon. You know.
Well, I suppose if you feed yourselves one at a time, it might be very calm with the rest of you for a short while.
Hmm.
Who's going to go first? He looks around at the men.
Well, you insisted on going, so I guess you will go first.
I will not be dragon food. You could be, though.
You said you were here to replace the dragon.
Exactly.
How else are you
What?
going to replace it? Either run it off or we talk to it. Let's go talk.
Do we know
Every
if
fight,
this is
you
a
do it.
thing dragons
Probably
do? Like,
How many are you?
do
Sorry.
we know if this is a completely harebrained scheme or if dragons have been known to? Because they're smart, but
They have godlike intelligence.
yeah, but do they ever care about the dragon cultists that form around them? Like,
They're useful. I can imagine them.
Give me a skill. Do you have a skill of any type that you want to use to try to gather this information? There's history, anything else? More
well, I
specific?
mean, Hemo spent a bunch of time in school. He's got proficiency in history.
As far as dragons go, pretty much any check will work. They are such a huge thing that they cover many different knowledge sets.
That's a 7 in history.
No.
All right. Well, you know that these green dragons,
exist.
these green dragons are themselves green.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Cool, cool, cool.
Cool. All right. What you do know in general is that green dragons themselves, as they get larger, they get more powerful. And as they get more powerful, they sometimes get more intelligent.
And bigger.
And they have certain effects, like magical type effects. However, they can also, wherever they lair, they can actually affect the surrounding areas. You know, they can create more lush fields or make them less lush. They can kind of control the environment a little bit.
Are green
Radiance
dragons typically evil as well?
Well,
I
give me
think chromatic dragons usually are.
give me a history roll.
I got 10.
All right, with that roll, you think that, I mean, they're dragons. How bad can they be?
I mean, you are yourself a descendant of a metallic dragon, right, Gashar?
You're thinking that most colored dragons they have a tendency to be more, they tend to be evilish, more on the evil side,
Yeah. Evilish.
leaning into the evil, like that statue in downtown. It's kind of leaning a little bit, leaning evil.
So what else do you know of this town? What of the other building there on the way to the tower? What is in there? There's another intact building. Which is there?
Which intact building are we speaking?
The one directly north from here. By the square.
Allow the DM to look it up. That there, I wouldn't go in there. I've seen those zombie creatures running around there. I have not been in there. We've mostly come into town here. There's a druid on the other side who's arrived just a few days ago.
Do we want to go talk to the dragon? If we're gonna throw down, let's throw down. We're either gonna talk to it or we're gonna fight it. So
Can
I
Hemo
think we
like
can talk our way out of
pull
it.
Waif aside? Nobody else speaks Elvish here, right? I don't
I don't.
share that with anyone. All right. Well, then I guess
probably Flander, but
Let me check.
You might not have ever caught it, but Gashar would be able to understand you if you spoke it.
Oh, in Elvish. Wow.
I do speak Elvish.
I would hope so.
As a
It's
bard
not
and
As a
necessary.
half elf, it would do.
a half elf, yeah.
All right, what are
Um,
you going to say in Elvish?
I say kind of hushed to Flander, and I guess I don't know that Gashar speaks Elvish, but
I'm still kind of hidden.
Hemo says in Elvish, do you have any way to send a message to the dragon? I think if we play our cards right, maybe we could throw this cult to the dragon, and maybe we could have them fight each other.
Given that, you guys are kind of whispering in the background. You see that this person is standing here talking to you, trying to make plans about going to talk to the dragon. You say, "Let's go talk to the dragon," and he looks at you and he looks back down this hall into here and he says, "Very well, let's go." And with that, we'll stop for the night.
All right.
Meaning that next week, together, hand in hand, and you're going to go
weeks.
forth and speak to the dragon in 2 weeks,
It's gonna
right?
be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So
Can't wait to frolic with these guys over there. It's gonna be great.
that's fantastic.
All
right.
or fight. I mean,
That's great. All right. So in 2 weeks, because we're off for Christmas next week, we'll see what happens with the dragon. Other than that, and then of course, hopefully you'll be able to get the space where you can find, or the place where you can find the castle from the druid once you run this dragon off, or speak with it and take control of the
Horde. Yeah,
itself.
that's the whole point.
Of
Obviously.
course. Yeah. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks. Until then, like and subscribe as we appreciate it. Make some comments down below if you want. Have a great holiday if you're watching this in time. Otherwise, if it's after the holiday, I hope your
Don't.
2023 holiday turns awesome. We're all hoping for you. I hope I got what I hope I get what I really was hoping for. It's Christmas,
A new year.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I want.
Yeah, my New Year's resolution, I'll have to figure out what that is too. All right, so we'll see everybody. I believe after the first of the year already when we meet again. I think it's after the first. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the first.
Yeah, cool. So it's sometime whenever we're going to meet again after the first of the year. We'll see you again. All right, take care. Have a great night, and we'll find out what's going to happen with the dragon and this cult next time. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.